On June 17, 2024, police were called to a home in Montverde, Florida. When deputies arrived, they found 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions without vital signs in a bedroom. Her naked body was covered in bruises and other injuries. Investigators speak to the person who called 911, Jamaria's father's girlfriend, Tyshelle Martin, to find out what had happened.
All right. Are you all right?
Yeah.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Tyshelle Martin.
And what's your date of birth? And how old are you?
34.
34. Okay. I'm Detective Mercer. This is Detective Schleval. All right. So, a couple quick questions for you. So, yesterday I understand you went to the airport to try to fly some kids out to California to visit their grandmother, correct?
Yes.
What time did you leave the house?
I want to say maybe 5-ish.
Okay. And then you got to the airport. What happened along the way to the airport?
She threw up.
Who's she?
Jamaria.
Okay. And did you guys get her breakfast? Is that what she threw up?
Yes.
What'd you guys get her for breakfast?
Banana and Gatorade.
Okay, so she threw that up. And then you guys get there, and then what happens?
Well, actually, when did she? Yeah, we was almost there when she threw up. When we got out the car, she was walking fine, and then she was like, when we got halfway down the roadway, she was like, I'm starting to feel weak. So I walked her back to the car, and the girls went ahead of me. So I got in the car, and I went and picked the girls up. I went and told the girls that I was going to go around and for them to go ahead and go to the airport so I can get her wheelchair assistance.
Okay, so you got her a wheelchair?
I wasn't able to.
Oh, you weren't able to? Okay.
No, because when they said that I have to book it through the airline, I have to go through the airline or something to get the wheelchair or something, so we remained in the car.
Okay, so why was she not able to, why was she feeling weak? Just because she was sick, or was she having other injuries?
We just came back from out of the country or whatever, so she's been sick, and about 6-7 other of us. She did fall the other day. We have I guess a leak from the ceiling in our living room, and I guess she said she was walking in the dark and didn't see the dog food bag, tripped over the dog food bag, fell because slipped in the puddle of water. She said she hit her head, but when I checked, I didn't see any bumps or anything. So she said she twisted her ankle. I put a compression sock on and allowed her to ice it.
Okay. Who's this gentleman here?
That's that.
Okay, that's Dad.
Yeah.
All right, so store dog food. How long ago did that trip happen?
That was maybe 3 days ago.
So like Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday or Friday.
All right. And then, so that's when she twisted her ankle?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, she said it felt, I don't know if she really, she said it was a little pain. I just know that
So, okay, so did you guys put ice on it? Did you guys give her like any
compression sock and ice?
Okay, compression sock and ice. All right.
And she was actually walking on it fine. She said when she got in the tub to sit down, it swelled up.
Okay.
From being in the water, that's what she said. So we gave her the crutch that we had. The crutch that we had in the house.
Okay, so you gave her crutches. Did you guys take her to the doctor at all?
No, we didn't.
Okay. And then you said you went out of the country. How did you go? Did you fly or?
So we went on a cruise ship, and
where'd you guys go to?
Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Virgin Islands. So, not Dominican Republic was the only one out of the country.
Okay, so you guys with all three of them there, right? That's important in case she has something that she may have got over there. Did she get off the ship at all on these islands?
Yes.
And she was walking around?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. Okay, so where does, I know Mon's here now. Does he normally live here?
Yes. He's only been gone for I think 3 days.
So he left on Thursday or Friday?
Yeah.
What does he do for work?
He works at is it a paint? It's a paint shop or something.
Why is he never here? Does he live in Orlando because it's closer to work, or?
I mean, he's in school. We're both never here due to me having to take him backwards and forth to school and then work, school and then work, school and then work.
Is it just easier for him to be in Orlando?
No, right now he's only been there for a couple of days because he had an injury. He busted his head and knocked his tooth out.
Okay. How'd that happen?
He told me that he was on a bicycle. He left the job, got on a bicycle and tripped on the way back to the job.
Okay. Does he know about his daughter already?
So I called him to tell him to come to the house, but I didn't tell him.
Okay, so he doesn't know anything yet. All right, so you guys get home. You guys get home, what, around 10 o'clock in the morning, roughly, from Orlando back to here?
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, around that time.
So early in the morning, like around 10. But, okay, so what happened the rest of the day? What did you do for the rest of the day?
The rest of the day, I took medicine.
What did you take?
I took ibuprofens and stuff and Tylenol to get, my throat was hurting really bad, so the medicine put me to sleep. I was sleeping all day. Jamaria was actually telling me that she felt better. Once we got back, I gave her a popsicle, 2 popsicles. She ate them. She was on the couch. Before I went to sleep, I told the girls I was going to sleep and alarming the house. I believe they went to the park or something.
Jamaria did?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you're not sure. You were asleep, right? So what time did you wake up?
I woke up I woke up periodically. But I stayed in bed.
Right.
You mean like when I found her?
No, like, so did you stay in bed throughout the night last night?
So when I went to sleep, it was only about 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So I think I slept to about 12 something, got up, just sat up in the bed, drank something, laid back down, and I think I was calling my mom back because I saw she had a missed call or whatever. I don't remember. I just know that I never got out of bed.
You have your phone with you. Can you look at that phone and see what time you called your mom back?
Yes. She called me at 11:43. That's probably what woke me. I called her back at 12:05.
Okay. And then where was Jamaria at that time at 12:05? Was she in her room, or you don't know, or was she with you?
She was. I don't know where she was at that time.
Okay. You never got up to go check?
No.
Anybody? Okay.
She sleeps. She doesn't have a room. She sleeps anywhere.
Anywhere? Okay.
Mostly in Naya's room.
Okay.
Or on the couch. Well, she was sleeping in Naya's room, but she was doing things that her dad didn't like, so her dad made her sleep on the couch.
What was that?
Stealing from the girls, talking about boys a lot, being nasty, not bathing and stuff like that.
Okay, so she had to sleep on the couch. Okay. So this morning, you get up out of bed and you go to check on Jamaria. What happened there? Like, why did you go in there to check on her?
No, I actually I got up and I turned the light on and I noticed that she was on the mattress.
So she was in the same room you were in?
Yes.
Okay.
I tapped her, asked her, do she want to go to the do she need to go to the bathroom? And she didn't respond.
Okay. And then you called 911?
Yes.
What was she wearing?
She didn't have on anything.
No socks, no shoes, no clothes, nothing?
No, she must have, but that's normal. Most of the girls walk around like that.
Okay.
I don't know, I have an autistic daughter, and she does it all day long. I think Jamaria probably was hot or something, or I don't know. But she usually takes her clothes off when she is hot.
Okay. And so she had a burn to the top of her foot. How did she get the burn?
So my daughter, she does hair as well.
Which daughter?
My 9-year, well, all of them, but my 9-year-old daughter does hair, and she did her hair, and they both dipped her hair in the hot water. That's just a method of doing hair. And she said some of the hot water spilled on her foot, but she said she never saw a burn, and I'm thinking it's due to the compression sock being on her.
That she was wearing?
Jamaria never complained about a burn. And I never, we didn't take the compression sock off until today.
Okay. So you took it, so when I said if you found her wearing any clothes, you said no, she wasn't wearing any clothes, and now you're saying you took the compression sock off.
Well, not Monday,
today.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, so Sunday you took it off and then you saw the burn.
Yes.
Did you guys do anything at that point to treat that burn?
Yes.
What did you guys do?
Neosporin, we put Neosporin on it. But it was only at the top of her toe.
Okay.
So I was like,
It didn't look bad.
no, it didn't look bad at all. My daughter said, I believe she said her skin was coming off when she took the compression sock off.
And that was Sunday.
Yes.
All right. Where is Julia, Jamaria's sister?
She's with his mom.
And that's in Orlando?
Yes.
All right. Why is she there?
Apparently, she said she didn't want to be around us. We were too strict on her and all type of stuff. That's what she was saying. So it was just becoming too much of a problem, and we made the decision for her to go over there and be cared for, because it was a lot of stuff going on with her.
What happened to Julia and Jamaria's mom?
I believe she had cancer.
Okay.
And passed away.
Okay. You tried doing CPR this morning?
Yes, sir.
And it was not successful?
No, sir.
Okay. Disciplining the kids. Do you discipline Jamaria and Julia when she lived here?
Yes.
How do you discipline?
They're supposed to run. If they do something, they're supposed to do squats. Or, Dad had made them just go up and down the stairs or whatever, holding something or whatever. I have popped them on the hands before. I pretty much, if Dad feel like he want to whoop them, leave that to him. No going with the other kids to places, staying home if, you haven't did what you're supposed to do.
Right. When's the last time she got in trouble?
She got in trouble. She hasn't been since on the cruise ship, but she haven't been in trouble since we got back.
Okay. What did she do on the cruise ship?
She checked herself out of camp, and her dad, I called him and let him know that she did that, and she was like, I just wanted to go get ice cream or something. And so from there, he just had me put her in timeout and stuff.
So just timeout?
Yeah. So I pretty much had to leave, I have my 4 other kids with me and stuff. I have to pretty much leave her with my mom at certain times, just because, we paid so much money to, go on that trip. I had to divide my time between all the kids.
Right. So she was going to go on that trip to see your mom, Jamaria?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so last question I have for you, last couple questions. All the bites and stuff she has on her, where are those from?
So her and Egypt broke out from, she said, the kids told me that she was doing stuff to herself. I didn't witness it myself. But she did break out. Her and Egypt broke out while we were in Puerto Rico. I put medicine on it that she broke out from. But as far as a bite, she has a bite mark from the dog, which was stitched up.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
From 7.
Yeah.
All right. How bad was that dog bite? How bad?
To me, it wasn't that bad. To me, it wasn't that bad because she wasn't like, she cried for about 5 minutes and it stopped.
How often does she go to the doctor?
Dad has only taken her to the doctor once since we've had them.
How long you guys had them?
Since October of 23.
What was that for?
I guess a regular checkup. I'm not sure.
You don't know who her doctor is?
No, sir.
Okay. Sorry, do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. You said when you went to, you had everybody downstairs and you were going to go lay down. You set the alarm?
No, I told the girls that I was going to set the alarm on the house.
Okay. Is that something you normally do whenever you go to lay down?
Yes.
Just to make sure the house is safe and everything?
Yeah, because I have an autistic daughter.
Okay. So if a door opens, does the alarm advise
Trigger.
you the door's open?
Yes.
Okay. And you said they went to the park after that.
I think they went to the park, yeah.
Okay, there was the alarm. Did the alarm go off?
No.
Okay.
I hadn't alarmed the house at that time.
Okay. But you said when you went to lay down that you set the alarm.
Yeah, I know. I said I told them I was going to set the alarm.
Okay.
Let me see when I set the alarm. It's not. I don't have an internet connection.
Okay. And where's the park at that they would go to?
The Montverde Park, behind,
Okay, up by the convenience store?
yes.
Okay. How would they get there from here?
My daughter, she usually just takes the car.
Oh, okay. You're 17. Is that the 17-year-old daughter?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then when did you know, what time did they get back?
I'm not sure.
Okay. No, that's all I have, Josh.
Do you know how Jamaria got into the room that you were in? My understanding is she was asleep on the couch at some point. And then how did she get into your room?
I'm assuming she walked in there.
She was walked in there, you were asleep, you didn't know she was she sleeping on the bed or on the floor?
When I saw her,
Yeah.
she was on the mattress.
On the mattress?
When I called 911, I told them, they said lay her flat on her back. I said she is flat on her back. They
How'd you move her?
said she needed to be on a flat surface, so I removed the mattress from up under her.
Okay, so in your room, how many mattresses are in your room?
The room that she was in,
Yes.
2.
Okay, so 2 mattresses in there. Is that the room that you were sleeping in?
Yes.
Okay, so she was on a different mattress than the one you were on.
Yes.
Okay. And then you took her off the mattress because 911 told you to.
Correct.
Okay. So obviously she's in there, and we got to get the medical examiner's office out here to take possession of her, and then it's going to be a whole, we're going to give them the medical information that we have, let them know what trip she's been on, and they can kind of see, test and blood work, and whatnot. Do you have any issue with us searching the house?
I don't.
Okay. All right, I'm going to read this to you while you're here. It's a search warrant for the residence. Kind of get it out of the way because you are the resident. I have to read it to you, okay? All right, so this is a search warrant. It's in the Circuit or County Court of the 5th Judicial Circuit of Florida in and for Lake County. Do you have any issue with us going through your cell phone just to make sure there's nothing? What we're trying to do is clear everything. We don't have anything indicating right now that this is a murder, right? We don't know, right? So we have to treat everything like it's a homicide investigation. Do you have any objection to us going through your phone? Is that no?
No, I don't.
Okay. What's the passcode for your phone?
06. Wait. I use my Face ID, so I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if it's 6 or 4 digits. If it pops up, then I can. What, could you try to slide it up?
Yep. The easiest way to do that is right here. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we'll do this. If it'll do it. Not gonna do it. Alright, so now when we do this, there you go. So it's 6 digits.
Okay, so 060
06
0712.
712. Okay. Alright, so if you can leave that phone with me, we'll put it on airplane mode, and then we'll go from there. You have a copy of that. We're going to start getting CSI in there to do everything that we need to do, and then we'll get this turned over back to you guys as quickly as possible. We do have waters and stuff for you guys, so if you guys need something, just let one of the deputies know, especially with the kids, alright?
Gas.
Gas, like gasoline?
Yeah.
Are you out of gas?
I ran out with turning the air on.
Let me see if I can get with the chaplain on that.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a problem, but I'll let you know. Alright?
Do I just go back to the car?
Yeah.
Am I able to talk to him?
Yeah. Let me talk to him real quick. I don't know what he knows yet, so let me find out.
Concerned that Jamaria may have been a victim of child abuse, investigators question her father, Loanne Sessions.
Hello, I'm Detective Parrish. Do you go by Juan?
Yeah, that's my name, Lawan.
Lawan is your name?
Yeah.
Do you go by Juan, though? Is that what the kids know you as?
They know me by Mr. Butter.
Mr. Butter?
Mm-hmm.
Do tell.
Just a neighborhood, childhood nickname.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you lived here?
Got out of prison in August last year.
Okay.
I was here since last week. I moved out last week. I took all my stuff and moved out last week.
Okay.
Try to get you an exact date.
Why'd you move out?
We're not compatible. Me and her weren't compatible.
You and Ty?
Yeah.
Okay.
She told me to get out. I had to call my probation officer to let him hear the conversation. And I got out.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
Since 2017.
And you guys have a child in common, correct?
Yeah.
That's Egypt?
Yeah.
And when did you first move here?
Me?
Yeah.
In August.
But before that, were you living here before that?
I was in prison.
So 2017 up until 2019?
No, 2019.
Okay.
I went to prison in 2019.
Okay.
They moved here while I was in prison.
Okay.
It was Thursday. Last week, Thursday, I left.
Okay. All right. Talk to me about your kids. You have 2 kids, 2 girls, right?
3 girls total.
3 girls. Well, you have Egypt, Jamaria,
And Jalea.
and Jalea. Okay. Where's Jalea?
Jalea with my mom.
And that's in Orlando?
Well, Coy.
Okay. What's that address, so you know it?
I don't know that. Zip code.
That's okay. You said it's Ocoee, though?
Yes.
And Julia's lived there for how long?
A couple months.
A couple months.
Yeah.
What happened that she moved from here?
She was just having a hard time adjusting. Her mother died. Her grandmother and them weren't raising her correctly. We tried to instill rules and principles in her life to try to get her to be a child. She was beyond her years, and it wasn't working out. I was feeling like I was having to get on to her too much and, maybe pop her a little bit more than I should as a father.
Okay.
So I sent her to my mother.
What happened to their mother?
Leukemia.
And that was when? 2022?
I think so. I'm not even sure. The death certificate is somewhere.
Where did she pass away at? Here in Lake County?
Orange County. Well, honestly, I don't know. But I believe Orange County.
Thank you. How did the kids take it?
I was in prison.
So did Ty have the kids?
Their grandmother had them.
How did she get them?
I got them when I came home from prison.
Tell me about Jamaria. What's she like? Tell me about who she was.
Jamaria, goofy. Jamaria, Jamaria. She gonna get into things. She gonna be goofy. She love animals. Like, Jamaria was having a hard time adjusting these last couple of weeks.
Okay.
But
why the last couple of weeks? Like what's changed in that time?
I've been working. I work more now. Like I'm supposed to be in school now. I go to school and I work. I go to school and I work. I go to school and I work. So she's not seeing me like she should, so I don't know. I haven't even been able to talk to her to see what's going on. Like I don't even know why she's been. I keep asking her. She's telling me, Dad, I'm not trying to be bad. Dad, I'm not trying to do this stuff. I don't know. I was going to take her to a doctor. I was under the impression she was going to California right now.
Okay.
She got back. We was going to go to a doctor. I was going to go see what's wrong with her.
And when you say what's wrong with her, you're talking about her acting out, right?
Yes, because she's telling me she don't know why she's acting out. My baby telling me she don't know why. And I'm not going to whoop her if she has a mental disorder. If she don't know what's wrong with her and she can talk good. So when I'm asking her, what's your problem? Why are you doing this? And she's telling me, I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to, Dad. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be good, but I just can't.
Okay. Now, the other girls have told me that basically Ty would call you for discipline. So were you actually witnessing her acting out, or you're just getting that secondhand? Or a little of both?
Okay, so with the phone calls, when she called me and say she done something, by the time I get home, it's 10 o'clock at night, most nights. I'm not finna wake her up. I'm gonna yell and scream at her, but she wasn't really, I wasn't disciplining her because I wasn't here enough.
Okay. So you weren't physically seeing her acting out, you're getting it kind of secondhand?
Yes, everything is secondhand.
What was, when Ty would call you and say that she's acting out, what is she doing? What's
stuff like not listening, not cleaning up, doing what she want to do, or going through the other kids' stuff, kid stuff.
Did she get along with her, I'm going to call them their sisters because they all live here. Did she get along with her sisters?
To my knowledge, yeah. To the best of my knowledge, yeah.
When's the last time that you saw her?
Before the cruise.
When was that?
I don't even know what day they left. I think the cruise was from the 2nd to the 9th. So the 1st?
Okay.
No, not the 1st. They went to Miami for a day or two. So let me look at a calendar so I can show you. So let me say they left on the Saturday before the cruise. Either Friday or Saturday.
Did you not go on the cruise?
No, I can't go. I'm on probation.
Okay. How do you get out of prison and still be on probation? That's some bullcrap.
That's how they did it. 5 years in, 5 years out.
What'd you go for?
Trafficking.
Of what?
Molly. Yeah. That's what I said. So
Everybody needs a little something, something.
they left, I guess, either on the, her mom got here on the 29th, so they left between the 30th and the 31st.
Okay.
So that's the last time. They came back on the 9th. It was the 2nd through the 9th. They came back on the 9th. I didn't work that night. I maybe was the 9th. I didn't work. I don't work Sundays. I think I probably was asleep by the time they got in. No, I got here after them, and they told me that they had her in the room downstairs because they thought I was mad at her. So they were saying that they just want to keep her out of sight to let.
Your child?
Yeah. They thought, okay, so let me not say it like that.
Okay.
She had got in trouble the whole trip.
Okay.
Jamaria cut up the whole trip. So they maybe thought that I would whoop her because of, like, I was screaming at her, Mario, I'm gonna whoop you. You know, do better. You know, it's on the phone though.
Okay.
You gotta stop. You know, I'm her mother. She's not here with us, so she don't know that I tell her 1,000,000 times I'm gonna whoop her.
Sure.
To try to get her to straighten up.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So she may have thought that I was serious or whatever the case may have been. I don't know. So they was like, we just got her downstairs in the room with the kids.
Okay.
Okay, that was fine. I'm like, okay. The next day I get up. I have to get up 6 in the morning. No, I drove that day. I just used the truck. So I left at 8 o'clock that next morning. 8, maybe 8:30 to go to school. I went to school, I went to work. When I got back from work, I was told that she was going to California with Stepmother.
Okay.
So this whole time, I'm thinking she's in California. Thursday, we get into our situation. I pack my stuff, I leave. I get the text message saying that everybody's been sick from the cruise, that everybody was sick from the cruise. That's why I haven't heard from anyone. So then I knew that the big girls were supposed to go to California yesterday. They were supposed to get on the plane yesterday to go to California. I was under the impression they was all gone.
So you had no idea that she was even here?
I had no idea she was even here. My baby supposed to be with me, man. She's not supposed to be here. I was done. I was gone. She was supposed to be with me.
Okay. How did you get called today?
When I woke up, I had text messages. You know, my phone had died in the process. She told me to call. So I called her. She asked me to come. I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I told her I don't have a way. So they like, okay, we'll send you an Uber. I'm like, all right, that's fine. She telling me she need my help. I'm not a nasty person. Just because we're not together, that don't mean I won't help you.
Sure.
I'm coming because I think she needs some help or something.
Right.
And they tell me my baby dead, man.
Can I see those messages?
They didn't tell me she was dead through a message. They called. Her mother called.
But she texted you this morning?
Yes. She said, that's it. Those are the messages.
5:44. Can I take a picture of that? Did she say anything to you about Jamaria yesterday?
No. No, we were going through the breakup phases yesterday.
I feel that.
Yeah, so we didn't. Like I said, I didn't even know she was here. I'm under the impression she's in California. So, I mean, I talked to her mother, so it would have been no reason for...
Talk to Ty's mother?
Yes.
Sir? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that she's still sick. You know, I'm giving her time to...
Adjust and get well? Or?
And then call me. Because
Okay.
me and her mother, we talk. So
Okay.
that's her mother. That's who sent the Uber. So I'm under the impression that, you know, she's still sick, under the weather. And I know that she'll take good care of Mari while if Mari is sick as well. So
Okay.
I just wasn't bothering them. Like, I'm thinking she's okay. Like, these people I trust, I shouldn't have to hound y'all and find out what's going on or where she is. I don't know. Like, these are people, I mean, I trusted them. I didn't think I needed to be on top of anybody when it came to Mari. I know they've never done nothing to harm her anyway, or, you know what I'm saying? I know they've been good to her. From the time that I've been home and she's been with us, I can say they've been very good to her. You know, she never been out of state. They took her on the cruise, 7-day cruise, you know, all the excursions. They do stuff for her constantly. This is nothing I never would have thought possible.
Juan, when you talked to Ty, what did she tell you? She didn't say nothing? Okay. She didn't tell you anything about it?
My mother told me. I didn't say nothing.
Does Jamaria normally sleep naked?
I don't know. Now that I don't, when they're asleep, I don't go in their room.
Okay.
And being that I'm the only man in the house, I wasn't
Sure.
here, so
I get that.
it's possible.
Okay. Talk to me about who stays in what room. So downstairs, who stays in the rooms downstairs?
The shower and the Naya.
Okay.
The front is the Naya. The back, the shower. Upstairs is the room that we share.
That's with the master bath?
Yes.
Okay.
Ozaria room is the back room. In Egypt, that front room is Egypt's room, but Egypt sleep wherever she wants to sleep.
Okay.
So Mari would do what Egypt does, pretty much sleep with whoever, you know, she was favoring that day.
Typical girl.
Yeah.
Where did she normally sleep? Who did she normally sleep with? If she had a room to call her own, where would it be?
She's supposed to have her own room, but I haven't got to it yet. But between Naya and Shara, the Naya and the Shara.
So downstairs?
Yes. When she gets in trouble, I make her sleep upstairs on the couch so I can keep an eye on her.
Talk to me about when Seven attacked her.
I wasn't here.
Do you know anything about it?
Nope. I was ready to kill the dog the same day. They all begged me not to.
Okay. Do you know what started it? What happened? Was it a toy? Was it food? Was it just him being him?
She told me that she tried to take some food from him while he was eating.
Okay.
That's all I know.
And she went to the hospital for that, right?
Yes, I took her to the hospital.
Is that her shoulder? Is that what she got bit on the shoulder?
It was like her arm.
Her arm. Okay, I'll call that. She got stitches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever attack her anymore?
No. Not to my knowledge. They knew they can't tell me nothing like that the second time.
What hospital did you guys go to? South Lake?
Is that the one right up off of...
Is it a big hospital, or was it like one of those urgent care places? Or do you know?
It's the one, it's maybe 10 minutes from here. I'm trying to... I think it's Orlando Health, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Or it may be South Lake.
I think it's one and the same.
Okay.
And you took her there?
Yes.
Does she have a normal pediatrician that she goes to?
Kinda, but we've been going through the battles of getting them far as paperwork and everything, but I have took her to First Pediatrics in Winter Garden since they've been with me.
Okay.
Well, First Choice Pediatrics, sorry.
First choice.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time that she was there?
She had to go do her checkup for school.
She did what, I'm sorry?
A checkup for school.
Okay.
I got all the papers, but they're not here.
And that was this school year?
Yeah.
Did she ride the bus?
Yes.
How was she in school?
Well, one has to go to work.
In the beginning, she would just go to sleep in class when she didn't want to do her work.
Okay.
Toward the end, she straightened out a little bit, started staying up in school. It was like when she was kind of flip-flop. She would get in trouble at home and be good at school, or
Be bad at school and be good at home?
yeah, like it was just a flip-flop, you know. We were just trying to get it under control.
And was it just sleeping at school?
Yeah. Well, she hit a kid once, but I think he hit her first. So it was like, but that was about it.
I teach the early childhood program, so I have a preschool. We have preschoolers that we work with.
Did she have any friends at school?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've grown up here. I graduated.
Did anybody, like, friends ever
It was
come
in the high
over?
school back when I was.
She had a sleepover once for her birthday.
And that was at this house.
Yes.
Any history of domestic violence between you and Ty? Any history of sexual abuse that you're aware of from any of the kids or you or Ty?
What do you mean when you say that? I know
It's very open. I mean, it can be.
Denaya was raped at school.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
No history in your family of any sexual abuse or anything like that? Do you have any reason to believe that Ty would harm your child?
I don't want to think that. No, I don't.
Nothing that indicated otherwise? What about the girls?
No. I mean, they all kids. I don't think so.
Okay.
I say, but over the last, I've been gone so much. I mean, anything could have been changing and I wasn't even aware of.
Aware of it. When the last time you saw her, did she have any marks on her? Did she have any bruises on her? Anything that you kind of saw and asked her, like, hey, what's that on your arm? Or what's that cut from? Or anything like that?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. The last thing I remember was they said something about her running into a sign in the store. She told me that. She ran into a sign, yeah. I can't really say if she had any bruises. I don't.
None that you remember,
Yeah,
right?
I can remember.
Any other injuries that you might have remembered seeing? And she bathes herself, I assume.
Yeah,
She's old enough to do
she's
that.
very clumsy. Yeah, but she bathes herself.
Okay. She's clumsy, you said?
Yeah, very clumsy. They all clumsy.
That's a girl thing. If I was to tell you that she had injuries on her, would you have any idea where those are from?
No. My injuries where? I mean, I don't know. No injuries where?
Nothing that you can account for other than where 7 bit her on the arm, right? And that's scarred, so it's healed.
Yeah. I mean, I think she got one whooping maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
But that would be it. And I don't remember no bruises from that.
Was it you?
No.
You whooped her? Who
No.
whooped her?
I gave her permission to spank her. Yes, I did.
3 or 4 weeks ago. Do you know if she just used her hand? Did she use a belt? Anything like that?
I'm not sure. I don't like to think about that part
Okay.
of.
Is there anything that you think I need to know that I haven't asked you?
Oh,
Do you have any questions that I can answer for you?
can I see my baby?
Unfortunately, not right now.
That's it. I just want to see my baby, man. I didn't even get to see her when she came back.
you talk to her on the phone at all?
While she was gone.
Okay.
Hey, baby.
You can see. You can talk to them.
I
Want
don't
to see
think
Egypt?
it's- Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. She's beautiful. What do you do for work?
I work for Tool World in Eustis. It's a
Eustace?
yeah.
Good lord.
It's a production plant for drywall texture.
Where do you go to school?
Florida Technical College. It's on the east side of Orlando.
What are you going to school for?
Electrical and electrical programming.
Is that good money?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. What is electrical programming?
So it's like garage door openers, all the electric stuff that come on automatically without somebody having to sit there and do it. So like the electric doors, street lights, all of that stuff falls under electrical programming.
I did not know that. News to me. What'd you do before you went to prison?
Construction,
You like it?
a little bit. Backbreaking.
When did you get concerned that Jamaria had a mental condition? Was that recent?
Yeah, this was recent. This was a recent thing.
And that's just because she was acting out so much, right? Juan, were you planning to come back and get Maria?
Just was waiting on her to get back. She was gone.
Yeah, he was under the impression that
I thought she flew out to California.
Just waiting on her to get back. I was ready to meet her at the airport. I wasn't coming back here.
Because they had gone on a cruise, come back, and they were planning to go on a trip. So he actually thought, when he got the message, he said he thought that they were in California.
So it's going to be a little bit, all right? And then if you want to hang around, when the medical examiner comes, we'll probably have some questions for you, some just different things. My understanding, you guys went to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and they did, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at A, was this abuse? B, is this something you got on the cruise? Sickness, something like that. So that's what we're kind of looking at right now.
I just know everybody was.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Okay, all right. Well, I will keep you up to date with as much information as I have, as I get it, okay?
While carrying out search warrants at the Sessions home, investigators make a shocking discovery. Security cameras installed in the home appear to show multiple instances of Jamaria being physically and verbally abused in the days leading up to her death. Detectives haul Teichel down to the sheriff's office for another round of questioning.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Of course.
Can you cancel me?
No, we'll take it across afterwards.
Okay.
That's cool. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Actually, I'm just gonna wait on Detective Mercer before we get into too much meat and potatoes. But I'll introduce myself to you because you and I have never met. My name is Tammy Dale. I'm a lieutenant, actually, with the sheriff's office in criminal investigations, which is where Detective Mercer also works. Do you need anything? Do you need a bathroom or drink water or anything before we get started?
I have no money.
Okay. And I know this is an uncomfortable way to update you on this case, but as long as you want to and you're willing to talk to us, we'll give you a case update and then talk to you if you're willing to talk to us. I wanted to meet you. I've never met you, of course, you know that. And kind of talk to you woman to woman also, because I think you only talk to the dudes, and I think this case is a little more complicated than some people are giving it credit for. They're looking at it in a black and white medical sense, and I see a little bit more to it than that. Maybe not, but get your take on that if you're willing. I don't know. I see a young lady who's watching 5 kids, sometimes 6 kids, on her own with no help from Luan, it looks like. I mean, he's working, he's going to school, I get that. So I know one of your children is autistic, right, too. And everyone that I haven't talked to, but I've seen the interviews say that Jamaria was, God rest her soul, quite a handful. She'd steal things and lie about things and lie about stealing things. And so anyway, I wonder if there's more to the story than just the black and white. I don't know. I mean, you can tell us if that's the case, if you're willing to. But you can wait on Detective Mercer. So I don't have to regurgitate anything that you say to us. Yeah. I'm sorry though that you and your family are going through this, no matter what happens. I'm sure it's difficult one way or the other. I can't imagine. A lot of kids myself, and obviously you have several kids. Yeah. I didn't knock her in, but I did have. I'll scoot over so you don't have to play tennis ball with your neck to look at both of us. We were chatting, but we didn't really get into anything.
All right. So you remember me, right? Okay. I was out there that day. All right. So, as you know, you're under arrest. Did they tell you what your charges were for?
That's the thing.
Yep. I'll tell you right now. The old boss. So, right now you're being charged with first-degree premeditated murder. Okay. Aggravated child abuse and child neglect. Okay, this is obviously for Jamaria Sessions. All right, so as you know, or may know, right now you're the only person arrested, so we kind of want to hear your story. We think that there's more people involved in this that should be sitting in the chair you're sitting with too. So, I want to hear from you. What happened?
Honestly, I can't say how she passed away. When I found her, she was sleeping. All I can say is, she did receive whoopings. The girls told me that she fell that day when I was asleep. When I was sleeping, I did not witness that fall. I don't know how she passed. I don't know how she passed away. I honestly don't.
Okay. How did she get the pinch marks all over her body?
I have pinched her before, but from what I saw, I didn't pinch. I didn't do all of that.
Did anybody else pinch her?
Yeah.
Who?
Dad.
Dad? When did Dad leave the house?
I want to say Thursday. I believe it was Thursday. I don't know which day it was he came back because that was unannounced. Like anytime I would put him out, he would just like sneak back into the house. So I don't remember exactly which day that was. But the day that I asked him to leave, I believe was Thursday.
Okay. And he moved his stuff out. Where was Jamari at during that time when he moved out?
I believe he left. The last that I knew, he was talking to her downstairs.
Okay. How do you know he was talking to her?
Because I heard say, "I'll be back to get you." I know he wasn't going to say that to none of my kids.
Is there any reason why he would think that Jamaria was in California?
Because all of them were supposed to leave.
Right. When was he told that though?
He knew about it the same day prior to us coming back.
Back from where?
He knew that they were from the cruise.
Okay.
He knew that they were supposed to leave. So the next day when my mom left, I told him that they left. because I was in the bed and I didn't know that they weren't going, because the last I knew about, my mom was booking their tickets. And then we found out that Jamaria was still in the house and my mom never took her. So we both found that out at the same time. And then so as we were talking, my mom was like letting me know how Jamaria was scared to be around him. My mom told me that she wanted to have a conversation with him and Jamaria before I left. Before Jamaria went to California. And so that's how I ended up telling him a couple of days later. I was like, my mom is sick and, Mari's still sick. That's why they haven't called you yet. That's why you haven't heard from them, because they were supposed to call him and have a conversation. My mom wanted to let him know how she felt about Jamaria being in fear of him.
Was your mom and was your mom and LaJuan in the house at the same time after the cruise?
Yeah.
Why didn't you talk about it then?
Because we had just got back from the cruise and we were settling in, and she was trying to book flights before it was too late because the prices go up, stuff like that.
So what kind of abuse or what kind of discipline would LaJuan use on Jamaria?
What you mean, like use?
Like whoopings, timeouts?
Like she got in trouble.
Like if she got in trouble for something, what would be the recourse that LaJuan would do?
Initially it'll start out with maybe having to run in place. That's a lot of things that he would tell her to do, or they would have to stand on the wall sometimes, and then it eventually resulted into a whooping.
They just wouldn't listen. Like you tell them to run in place, and they would do it for a minute or two, and then that would turn into a whooping, or what do you mean?
If they said that they didn't told him that they didn't want to do it anymore or whatever like that, then it would turn into a whooping.
Okay. And when you said that you disciplined her, how was your discipline?
Initially, I would just contact him a lot of the times and ask him what do he prefer her do. I would honestly let him talk to her on the phone, or, he would, talk to her on the camera. A lot of times he would just beep in and talk to her over the camera. And she would listen to him through there, and I whooped her before. Honestly, I yell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I yell a lot to try to scare them to get my point across.
But you're essentially a single mom. I mean, he's gone at work or school all day long or playing with
and that just started. Like that just started. Like I was honestly trying to do those things to get him away from me, because I didn't help get him a job, put him in school. Like I did, I paid for all of that, did all of that. I just figured if he didn't have anything going on, he wouldn't leave the relationship.
Yeah.
And it was just too overwhelming for me, because like my kids didn't have, before they came, we never experienced a lifestyle like that.
So when did Jalea and Jamaria move into your place?
He got out in August. I believe they came in October. Jalea came in day one with problems. Eventually she just let us know, hey, my mom and my grandma, my nana told us that they don't like y'all, and I'm not gonna listen to y'all. It went from that to her purposely doing things to the girls' things and just doing things around the house, and telling her dad what she's not going to do, etc. All that.
So when you say things, what things? What were they doing? What was she doing?
She took peppermint oil and would put it in the girls' makeup sponges. So like peppermint.
Yeah.
She would purposely piss around the house, saying that she didn't want to go to the toilet. They were stealing the other kids' stuff, purposely just hiding it to basically. She knew what she was doing because she was saying, I don't want to be good like the other kids. I want to be bad. So it's like, and a lot of that stuff I had to record because it was something I never seen before.
Right. And when you say record, what were you recording? Just her behavior or her saying things or acting a certain way?
I would record, like I would try to talk to them and get an understanding, and they would like just say stuff like their mom is telling them to do those things and stuff, and I felt like I never heard a child say that before, so I would record that type of stuff so I can send to dad or just my mom or just somebody, like just be a witness of, wow, like this is what I'm going
through.
through.
Send that to them?
I sent it to dad.
What was his reaction?
He would just always say, he would say he blamed the grandma and the mom. And he would sometimes text the grandma letting her know how he feel about it because, initially we wasn't trying to get the kids. We just wanted visitation, but the grandma wouldn't allow him to get the kids, so he had to go through removing them from school, etc.
What about school? You moved them to your house, or LaJuan did. What was their attendance and behavior at school?
So, Jalea, I don't believe she was there that long. She went to the school and told them that I hit her in the head with a phone. That's the story I heard from when they called his phone. But when she got in the car, she told us something different, that she didn't say that. So then he was like, he couldn't take it no more. So she eventually just went to his mom's house, and Jamaria, so their attendance was kind of rocky because some days they wanted to go to school, some days they didn't want to go, and because they were adjusting, we were allowing them to adjust. But like sometimes if one of the other kids was sick or wanted to stay home, then one of them would want to follow up behind them and then they stay home or stuff like that. I honestly wasn't against it because if you check the history before they came along, my kids never missed a day, ever.
All right. So when did Jalea go live with LaJuan's mom?
Jalea went and lived with Jamal, Roxanne, I believe, right before January.
Okay. All right. So how was, with Jalea gone, how was Jamaria up until May, between January and May?
Jamaria gave us problems, but kid problems.
Okay.
Like nothing to be on the lookout for. It's just that last, like when we let her go over to his mom's in April, she let us know, she let me know, Jamaria let me know that his mom told her to start acting exactly how Jalea was acting, so we would send Jamaria over to his mom's house. She told me that the grandma told her that, and that it's all about money thing, a check thing.
So what's the check thing?
Like, I believe they found out that they came with Social Security, and the grandma, which is his mom, wanted to have both of them in the house with her so she can get their Social Security checks, because everyone in the house with her gets a Social Security check. And that's what I know about that. Jamaria did tell me that they told her to start acting bad, so we would send her over there.
So did Jamaria and Jalea already come with a Social Security disability check from their mother?
Yeah, but we didn't find out until like two or 3 months later.
Okay, so did you guys ever apply for that? Did LaJuan ever get it?
So yeah, we went ahead and tried. We didn't so much apply for it. We were trying to report the grandmother as fraudulent
Okay.
because we wasn't receiving it and we had the girls. So eventually, I believe he applied.
All right. So when was that that he applied?
It could have started in January.
Okay.
Early on.
So January, February, March, you guys are definitely getting, or Luan was getting the checks. No?
They didn't approve him for the checks until she passed away. The week that she passed away, we got the letter in the mail saying that he was finally approved.
Okay. And who was that passed away?
Jamari.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's bad timing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about March. So March, Jamari was bitten by 7. What? I don't think you were there for that, right? So what happened? What do you know that happened?
So he had left her there. I told him to bring her. He left her there. And you know, she's fairly new to the house at this point, and she just thought that she could deal with him behind our backs. While we were not in the house, she thought she could let him out the cage to run around, not knowing his power. So what happened was she said that he went upstairs and was eating out the trash, and she tried to hit him, and he turned around and grabbed her.
Okay.
So it was nothing aggressive. They were back with each other the same night. I think it was just a reaction because we don't hit him or to stop him from eating food.
Right. Probably a little food aggressive.
So what happened is they called, FaceTimed us and let us know. You know, I honestly didn't react so bad about it because she wasn't crying when she called me. But he kind of reacted bad to it because he didn't know what happened and he knew that he was the one that left her behind. I went immediately home, took her to the hospital. He was threatening me saying, don't take her in there, that's my child, you don't have the rights to do that, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't walk her in the hospital. I waited till he got there. He took her in the hospital and got care, and I left.
So let's back up one day, because that was March 2nd. On March 1st, you called 911.
I did. I called. This was the day of the night she got bit.
Okay.
Because he was threatening. He was sending threats saying, you know, like he was going to hurt us and stuff and kill me and kill the dog and everybody because he was tired of stuff. So I was like, I called the police, and because it was on the car speaker, he was able to end the call.
Okay.
So I had to, he was apologizing saying that, you know, he didn't mean it and stuff. So I did let them know that I didn't need them to come out.
Yeah, you called and said that there was a prank or something. Your kids were pulling a prank on you.
He was saying that he was pranking me, that he was going to kill us and stuff. So
okay. And I could hear him in the 911 call in the background, so I knew he was with you.
Yeah, he's the one ended the call.
Okay. All right, so now you're getting ready to go on a cruise, right? So we're going into end of May. And if I gloss over something, you know, stop me and let me know. So May 31st, you guys are going on a cruise. Who paid for the cruise?
My mom, she prepaid for the cruise, you know, due to Jamaria not, you know, being able to have a experience like that and my daughter's birthday coming up.
So you decided to take Jamaria with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose idea was that? Is it yours, or is it Luan's, or is it your mom's?
Mine.
Okay, so you take her to Miami on the 31st. What, if anything, happens that night with Jamaria? Does she get in trouble? Does she do anything wrong? Is she punished?
Before we left, not before we left, on the road, she stole out of a gas station and we let him know that once we got back and he put her in timeout.
Okay, but was anything done on the 31st or 1st about that stealing? Like, did you put her in timeout?
That was the same night.
Oh, okay, so
we reached Miami not long after.
Oh, then you called him and he put her in timeout over the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next day, you guys are going to get your nails done. You're going to the beach, stuff like that. So did Jamaria get her nails done?
She did not
Why?
because of the incident of her stealing.
Okay. And then what about the beach? Did she get to go to the beach and play with Grace? Okay. All right. So, and then you guys go to get on the boat on the 2nd of June. Any issues on that day?
She checked herself out of camp.
On the first day? Okay. And then what else happened during that trip? I heard from Luan it was a pretty big struggle for you. She was acting out quite a bit.
Yeah, I had to call him every day. From that day, that first day, everything she did, I called him, like, to deal with it because, like, you know, it was like 20 of us. Everybody was noticing that I wasn't enjoying myself. So, you know, they honestly was like, Tasha, just let him deal with it. So I called him for everything.
What did she do on the boat to act out?
The first night, checked herself out of camp. She had flashed a little boy on the boat.
Now, when you say flash, do you mean she exposed her breast or her buttocks?
Her breast.
Okay. What happened with that?
So, as far as discipline?
Well, what happened? So she flashed the boy. How did you guys find out she flashed the boy?
So, the sister of the kid, the little boy, he was telling his parents about it. I kind of overheard the conversation and what she was telling her parents, and because it was like they was making it known like it was from my room or whatever. So they basically just told me which little girl it was, and I told them I will address it.
Did security get involved or Carnival staff at all get involved in that?
No.
Okay. All right.
She I can't remember everything. I know when her dad put her in timeout, she would start peeing on the floor, saying he told her, because a lot of times I would just leave her with the phone, and she was telling me things that he was telling her, saying that he told her she couldn't leave out of timeout. I was like, well, you can get out of timeout to go use the bathroom, etc. You know, stuff like that. So,
is that your phone or she had her own phone?
She was using my phone at the time. She had a tablet, but she didn't bring it on the cruise.
So she was reading text from him or something else?
No, FaceTime.
Oh, FaceTime. Okay.
All right, so you're still on this cruise. How was she on excursions? Did she go on any excursions?
Yeah, it was. She didn't give no problems from what, you know. She just I don't know. She just told me like she was woozy. You know, that was her first trip, her first cruise, everything. So yeah. She was just like she was really woozy from this, and this was from the trip or whatever. But she did everything regularly. We have photos from each excursion.
Anybody get hurt on those excursions?
Yeah. One of my daughters, my 17-year-old, got hurt, and 3 of them broke out with something.
What do you mean they broke out with something? You know, like boils or what?
Well, Jamaria, she actually broke out the worst because she was scratching and picking at hers. But we don't know.
Did you take her to
something.
Take her to the medic on the boat?
No, we was off the ship at the time, so we just went to a pharmacy and got creams.
Okay. All right, so you get back from the ship, docks and goes to port in Miami. You guys disembark. Any issues on the boat? Any physical altercations between you and Jamaria on the boat?
Wait, you said what?
On the boat, on the ship, right? Mm-hmm. So when you guys are at sea or at port, was there any issues between, like any physical altercations between you and Jamaria on the boat, or
No.
you just letting Dad handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get to Port of Miami. What do you guys stay in Miami that night when you're back, or do you
No,
come back?
Came straight back.
Okay. And then, so you guys came straight back. Any issues on the ride home?
Something happened. I can't remember. But I was the driver, so I didn't really. It was after we had ended up stopping because one of our family members got into an accident and something happened. I just don't remember. But nothing physical.
And your mom was present through this whole trip with you and Jamaria. Would she have seen the way Jamaria acted?
She was around her a few times. Everybody, my mom actually was enjoying herself. So,
Sure.
I would say the adults, for the most part, were interacting with each other, and the kids were running around doing their thing. She was even able to run around with them and be with the other kids and go to the other room instead of just being in the room with me.
You said there were 20 of you in your parties?
Yeah.
Who else was there?
My brother and his wife and family, and their family, like my brother, his family, and his side of the family, his wife's side of the family.
And what's your brother's name?
Wayne Walden.
All right. He goes by Champ, right?
No,
What's
not
that
that one. No, not that one. I have another brother, Wayne Walden, but they were on a different floor than us and stuff.
But Champ talked to her, right? Champ talked to
So
her.
Champ drove down to Miami the day before we got on the cruise, and he was there when Dad had her in timeout, and he pulled her out of timeout to talk to her on a level to figure out what's going on, because he heard him, the one, yelling in the phone, and he talked to her, and he was just like, her replies, he was like, he never met a child like that before and stuff, because she was just basically letting him know, like, what I do these things because that's what I want to do.
Okay. Any discipline from that? Okay. All right. And then, so what is Champ's name?
Anthony Martin.
Anthony Martin. Okay. So you guys get back to the house the night of the 9th, and where's Lawan at?
Well, he went to the store for me, and then he came like 20 minutes later or something.
Okay. So you guys show up first, and he shows up, and I assume he sees everybody, including Jamaria at that time, right? Okay. Any issues that night?
Honestly, I'm not sure because I stayed in the room with my mom. I didn't even sleep with him that night.
Where was your mom at?
In the room with me.
Well, which room? So Egypt's room, the room where
Jamaria was?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's Egypt's room, right? It's what you guys,
Right.
that's what Lashara called it. It's called Egypt's
Yeah,
room.
it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah, and then you guys got a mattress for your mom, so when she came down, she had a place to sleep. So
Yeah.
it was referred to all the time by Egypt as Egypt's room. So, kind of shifting back a little bit, who's allowed to spank or discipline, and specifically spank, or physically punish Jamaria in the house?
He would tell everyone to.
So like Azaria, I mean obviously not Egypt, but Azaria and Denaya and Dashara, they're
I heard him giving them permission to, because I was walking by the kitchen the day that he was telling them that, but he was like, punch her in the throat or something. I was like, y'all going, just talking, I was like, y'all going to jail or whatever. But I never ever saw my kids whoop her or punch her in the throat, nothing that he told them to do.
Okay. So your mom leaves on the 10th, the morning of the 10th.
That night.
that evening, like around 6, 7-ish.
Okay. So she leaves that evening, 6 or 7-ish. And then you find out Jamaria is still there that night?
When she left, yeah, after
Okay.
she left.
So you didn't help your mom, like when your mom was leaving, did you go out there and help her?
So I went out there one time, but I wasn't out there when she left.
Okay.
Like, I didn't go to the car. I just went to the car for a little bit. To say something with the GPS she needed help with. I can't remember. At the time, you know, they were still walking back and forth getting her things and stuff. So no, I wasn't out there when
Okay.
I just saw the kids.
So to be clear, you thought Jamaria left with your mom
Yeah,
that evening, which was the night.
yeah.
Did she have a plane ticket, Jamaria, at that time?
That's what my mom was working on before I went to sleep. So that's why I
So
thought
she bought her one?
that was my assumption. That was my assumption because I knew before I went to sleep that's what she was doing.
On the night. Before you went to sleep on the 9th, she was buying her a ticket. So you assume she did.
And I
She
told,
left all the time.
I said that, yeah, I let him know they left. But that same night, we both found out that she didn't
How did you find out?
because she was downstairs.
Why didn't she leave with her?
My mom said she wasn't able to find a ticket.
She didn't tell you?
My mom,
Yeah, she didn't
No.
tell you?
I was sleeping. She woke me up to let me know she was leaving. So I went out there for a few seconds. Came back in and got back in the bed. No.
Okay. So you found out that night, the 9th, at some point, when you saw Jamaria.
Yeah.
And then you knew she didn't leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my mom explained to me what happened. So
When did Lawan find out that she didn't leave?
the same time.
Oh, so was he there?
Yeah.
Trying to look for some real quick. All right. So you guys both find out that Lawan and you both find out that Jamari's still there sometime throughout the night the next morning, right? So the next question is, so how did that day go? Did Lawan go to school that day? Did he go to work that day on the 11th, the day after your mom left?
I believe he only went to work that day, not school.
We're at the 11th or the 10th, the day after. She left the evening of the 9th?
He said the 11th.
I just mean, which was the day after she left?
Yeah.
The 11th or the 10th? But when did she leave?
I think it was the 11th.
Oh, she left on the 11th?
I think maybe she left the 10th.
Oh, okay. Okay, just want to be clear. Okay. It was right.
All right. So you think he went to work? Did he go to school that morning? Did he drive or did you drive him to work? Because I know he didn't have a car that worked.
I drove him.
Okay, you drove him to work. And then, so he comes home, whatever that night. Anything happened that night? Did he yell at Jamaria? Did he see Jamaria? Was he with Jamaria? Or did he just go right to bed?
I don't know where they went. I don't know where he, because of the type of relationship we had, he would always take her and walk off. If I knew he was going to whoop her or whatever, I would walk off or something like that. So I don't know what they were doing downstairs, but because I was already trying to leave out of the relationship, I went and slept in the other room, and I wasn't around him any longer.
Okay. And then, so now we're on to the 12th of June, and something happens. There's a fight between you and him. He says you sprayed him with bug spray, whatever. What happened that night? What caused that fight? It's the day before he moves out. So you and him both agree he needs to leave. So what happened that night?
It was something minor. He thought it was, I had sprayed the bug spray because it was behind the bed frame, and I guess a little spray got a little of the frizz, probably fell on him or something. He thought that, I don't know, I sprayed it over his head or something. I don't know. It was something very minor. I don't know. It was nothing that it didn't cause like an argument or nothing. He said something about it, and I replied saying that wasn't the case, and that was that. The argument was because I wouldn't let him hold the car.
Oh, you wanted to keep using the car? Okay. Nothing about infidelity. He wasn't accusing you of being unfaithful. You weren't accusing him of being unfaithful.
Yeah, he always accused me. So
Okay. Was that part of the fight? I mean, was that?
I mean, it's mainly because I was telling him that I didn't want to be with him no more.
Okay.
Like, he was telling me, like, only way I can leave the relationship is death, and stuff like that. But then he started telling Jamaria that he was going to kill her, and that, you know, and she kept doing stuff. But, like, that's why I say, like, I'm really confused, because he was like, he's going to whoop her, and he don't care. He was like, I'm going to beat your ass, and I don't care how many bruises I leave on you, because you got all summer long to heal and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, that's why I really haven't jumped to conclusions with stuff, because I didn't know how she passed away. But yeah, it was, a lot of this stuff is because I was leaving him. And I was letting him know ahead of time that I was leaving. Like, I stopped having sex with him. I stopped everything, and that bothered him.
Yeah, you told me on the scene that day that you guys got into a fight because you wouldn't have sex with him anymore. Is that part of the issue?
It's like mainly the whole thing, because, you know, I stopped having sex with him to leave the relationship, and all that turned into a lot.
Right. So he leaves on the 13th in the morning, catches an Uber, goes lives with his mom, whatever. You said he came back. When did he come back? Do you know?
I don't know if that was the Friday night, I believe.
What time do you know, roughly?
It was like around 9-ish maybe.
And then he showed up at 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
And what happened then?
Well,
how did you get there? Let's start there. How did you get there?
I honestly don't know. That's
Okay.
what my daughter told me.
Okay.
She said.
So you weren't home?
No, I was home. I was
Okay.
sick, so I was
Okay.
in the bed a lot.
Okay, so who answered the door?
I don't know how he got in the house.
Okay. Does he know the passcode to the doors? He does? Okay. All right. So what does he do while he's there?
Home.
He's just home? Like, what does he do while he's there? Like, does he just go to bed? Or
Talking about that Friday.
Yeah, that Friday night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My daughter saw him.
Right, but what do you do?
I was in the spare room.
So you don't know?
I wasn't around. I didn't want to be nowhere near him.
You know how long he was there? No? Okay, but you heard him say something to Jamaria, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that was what?
I'll be back to get you. And then someone had sent me a text of him reaching out to someone on her mom's side of the family to get her Sunday or whatever. That's why I was like, when he was telling someone that he didn't know she was there, I was like, that's a lie, because how did you not know she was here? All the girls are here. How did you not know she was here? Yeah, I understand. I sent you that text, but that was when I was unaware, where we both know she's here now, so I didn't understand why he was running with that lie. He basically told her, "I'll be back to get you."
Okay. And
I don't know if it's because he knew the flight was already booked or whatever.
which flight?
To go to California.
On the 16th? Okay. So let's talk about the 16th. Oh, let's back up. So 14th, 15th, did Jamaria get in trouble at all? Did she do anything to be disciplined? Was she, and what kind of discipline was that?
So she was, I can't remember everything she did. She was definitely, she had to clean up. I told her to clean up, because I couldn't watch her every step of the way, due to me being sick that week. I don't know what her dad told her that she was in boot camp and, she had to run on a treadmill and do squats and run in place and stuff like that. I just had her cleaning up.
So when she had to do, let's say, running in place, how long did she run in place for?
Honestly, a lot of that didn't go on when I was home.
Okay.
Because obviously that's a lot of stomping that I don't want to hear. So I don't know, maybe sometimes he would tell her to run for an hour or less.
Okay. And how would she run? With her hands up, hands down?
Both.
And did you ever make her run in place or anything like that?
I instructed her that, hey, this is what your dad told you to do.
Right. Okay, so...
Because, like, I just didn't have to deal with none of this before. Like, before they came, we never even had a belt in our house. So...
But, and Denaya told me, she's like, we're not, and I think even Azaria said it too, she's like, we're not the bad kids. Like, we're good kids. Like, she's out of control.
Which is why, people may try to paint a picture like they were not being, like she was the target basically, which is that's not the case. Like she had to come in and learn the rules, new rules. Obviously, you have new placement. They already knew the rules. They knew what to do, what not to do. And at some point, it was just like they're not doing it because they can't help it. It's because this is what they're being told to do.
Okay. So on the 15th, she just got in trouble, but it was just a clean. She just had to clean, right? She didn't have to do anything crazy. No running around the block, no treadmill, nothing like that.
No.
Okay. On the 16th, y'all get up real early in the morning. Portia said y'all had an early flight, and so to deny it. So you guys get up early in the morning. How early was that?
I'm not sure. It could have been between 2 and 4.
Okay. So who's all going on this trip?
Everyone except for my oldest.
So not Deshara. Were you going on this trip?
Well, it's me.
Okay, so...
so everyone except for myself, Deshara, and Egypt.
Okay, so it was Azaria, Denaya, and Jamaria. Those three were going. And that ticket was purchased on the 10th by your mom?
I'm not sure the exact date.
But anyways, you guys had a ticket for them to fly to California. Okay, so you guys leave the house at what time?
Could have been maybe 4 or 5-ish.
Okay, you guys drive to the airport. Now, you were telling me in the interview when we first met that Jamaria got sick on the way, and you guys stopped and got her some Gatorade or something, right?
Not so much sick. I stopped to the gas station to get Tylenol for myself, and she got a banana and a water, I think.
Okay. And then you guys then continue on to the airport, right? You guys get to the airport, what happens?
So we got out and she was pushing the suitcase. We were ahead of her. I don't know if she fell or she said, or I don't know what happened. She was behind me. All I know is that my daughter Naya was helping her lean over the rail. So I just went, got the car, put her in the car because I see that so what happened was she said that she was feeling hot from the jacket. That's what she eventually told me when we got in the car, and that she was scared to get on the plane.
Do you think she was pretending, basically, to not go on a flight? Okay.
Basically, I told the girls to proceed. I rode around, figured out they wasn't gonna make that flight. Had them stand in line. I think they stood in line for maybe 2. I don't know. I'm bad with time and stuff. Maybe 2 hours, I would say. Trying to rebook the flight. I paid the extra money for that. We rebooked the flight, left, went straight to the house. Jamaria was saying, laughing, saying, how she was just hot and didn't want to do it, get on the flight and stuff like that. So I was upset about that, about her not being honest. We got back home. Basically, everybody went their own separate ways.
Can I just ask a quick question? Did you say hot from the jacket? Why was she wearing a jacket?
Because they were going to San Francisco airport. That was her first time on the flight, so I told them to take their jackets, and she ended up just putting hers on.
Okay. I'm sorry, no.
So you said everybody goes their separate ways. What does that mean?
Like, I was sick, so I knew I was going to go lay down, so everyone just went separate ways in the house, like, did whatever they wanted to do.
Do you know if Denai and Deshara left the house at all that day?
Yeah, I don't remember if I told them to or if they asked me to go to the park, take Egypt to the park or something like that.
Did Jamaria go with them, or was it just Egypt?
No, Jamaria did not go with them. I believe she was laying on the couch. I believe when I asked, that's what the reply was. She ended on the couch.
Okay. So they come back from the park, and then, from what I understand, you guys are all sitting in Egypt's room, right? The room that your mom stayed in. And you guys are all, and I say you guys all, but it's Azaria, Egypt, you, Denaya, Deshara, and Jamaria are watching something on TV. I can't remember what they called it now. They were watching something on Netflix or whatever. And they watched, I think it's Baddies is what they said they were watching. So they watched a couple of episodes of that, and then they realized you were sleeping. So do you remember watching Baddies in the room with everybody there?
Yeah.
All right. And do you remember where Jamaria was in the room while they were watching Baddies? Was she sitting up there in the bed? Was she sitting on the floor with the girls? Was she on her bed?
I don't remember her being in there.
Okay.
I don't remember her being in there. Unless she was on the other side of the room and...
She would have been behind the TV. I mean, it's possibly where her mattress where she was found at. So...
I'm not... If she was at the time, I'm not sure.
Okay. And then at some point they got up and Denai, according to Denaya and Deshara, Denai and Deshara and Azaria in Egypt got up and they went into Azaria's room to play Roblox. And they left you and Jamaria alone. I guess you were asleep. You wouldn't know, right? Well, I'm just talking. So, and then Denaya later gets a text from you for her to come to the room. So you said, I guess it was just like come or Denaya come or whatever you were calling for. What was that for? It was like 11 o'clock.
Something to drink or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. And then you were telling me that you missed a call from your mom around midnight, and then you called her back a couple minutes later.
Yeah. I had been sleeping all day basically, like, since we got back. So I was, I was calling. I actually was messing with it, like, yeah, you gonna pick up this phone.
Right. And so while you're in the room alone and you text Denaya, I mean, obviously your phone's right next to you, right? And you have the ability to call Denaya or text her. So then presumably, according to your story, what happens next? You wake up and then it's 4 o'clock in the morning or earlier, whatever time you woke up. Kind of go from there when you woke up.
Can't quite remember the time. I went in the bathroom. I didn't see her walking out of the room, but walking back into the room, I saw her on the mattress. I knew she had been peeing on herself, so I tapped her and said, "Do you have to use the bathroom?" She didn't respond. Tapped her again, she didn't have to use it, and she didn't respond, so then I called the police.
Okay. And then anybody can try to do CPR on Jamaria?
Me and Deshara.
Okay. And did you notice anything particular about her when you tried doing CPR? Did you notice if she was stiff, if she was cold?
Yeah, she was stiff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which was she face up? Was she face down?
She was sleeping face down like regularly how she always sleeps.
So sleeping on her stomach. And then you guys flipped her to start doing CPR, obviously, right? Was she?
I believe they had her Deshara flipping.
Okay. I know they had Deshara. 911 told Deshara to pull her off the mattress onto the floor, but we don't know if she was face up or face down. So I was kind of trying to ask you.
I believe she was. You mean after the mattress?
No, when you first saw her on the mattress,
Face down.
She was face down. Okay, and then afterwards, you guys flipped her because you had to do CPR, mouth to mouth, and all that. And she was wrapped up in a blanket. All right. Was she wearing any clothing?
I don't know as far as under. She had a blanket on her. So.
Okay. All right. Does she normally sleep nude?
Sometimes.
Okay. I heard Denia was telling me that her Jamaria in Egypt kind of do that.
Yeah, them too. Like Egypt a lot, but Jamaria sometimes.
Okay. So you call 911, EMS gets there, and do you remember what you told EMS when they got there? Okay. All right. And then, of course, we showed up. So, Tammy, you have any questions?
Going back to when Seven bit her, can you describe her injuries from Seven?
I'm sorry.
When Seven bit her and you took her to the hospital, what were those injuries like?
To be honest, she already had, like, she was the type of child to take initiative of her, take steps of her own, so she had already wrapped her arm up, and I didn't get to see it.
What made you take her to the hospital?
Because they called and said she had got bitten by the dog, and they said it was deep or whatever, so, I got home, tried to take her, but, he had a problem with that. He didn't want, I guess because he had custody, they're in his custody or whatever. However, I don't know. He wanted to do that. I guess because he was trying to get their social security checks and stuff. So they needed to know, like, he was on their paperwork for doctor visits and hospital visits and stuff.
So you never saw the injury?
I saw it after the fact.
You did? Okay. But you say the other girls told you it was a deep bite?
Ozaria.
And did she say she needs to go to the hospital or she needs stitches, whatever?
Well, like I said, they called on FaceTime and said it was that he went deep or whatever. She already had it bandaged up. So honestly, I probably would have never looked at it. I can't, like, cuts and stuff. I probably wouldn't have looked at it.
You can't stand to see that, is that what you're saying? Injuries and... Okay. But based on what they told you, you took her to the emergency room to have it cleaned up, and did she get stitches?
Mm-hmm. So I understand that Denia and Kashara were telling me that she had sprained her ankle. How did Jamaria sprain her ankle and when?
She told me that she tripped over the dog food downstairs when she was walking in the dark in the living room.
So the downstairs living room? Okay. And then how did she get the burns to her feet and her back?
Ozaria said it was from hot water, from the hair.
What was she doing with the hair? I understand Ozaria does hair, but I'm trying to see if you
She
understand.
she has to dip it in hot water. And apparently she had moved or something. I wasn't in that.
Do you know if she dipped it or do you know if she poured it?
No.
You don't know? Okay.
What did Azaria tell you about that? Or Jamaria, whoever you were told about it?
I found out from the Shar.
What'd she say?
She told her that she told me that Azaria told her that.
That she
burned herself from the water.
That's it. Did you see it?
No. I didn't know about it until after all of this happened.
You never saw it when they took the sock off?
No. Ozaria said that she took a picture to show it to me, but forgot to show it to me.
They tell you it was bad, not bad. She screamed, she didn't scream. Hurt, didn't hurt.
She didn't complain to me about it. She didn't say anything to me. And she had a compression sock on at the time.
Who took the sock off?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then I understand that she fell and hit her head after she got back from the airport, just kind of being clumsy, going up or down the stairs, somewhere on that landing. Tashara said that she fell backwards and hit her head. Do you know anything about that? Okay. So Tashara says she fell backwards and hit her head on the wall or the banister. What about?
I mean, I heard about the fall. I just didn't know about it.
What did you hear about the fall?
That she fell from, I guess, trying to use the crutch or something.
You know of any injuries to her?
I'm sorry?
Did you know that if there was any injury? Okay. Do you know about how her lip got busted or her teeth got broken out of her mouth?
I thought it was from the treadmill.
Why do you think it was the treadmill?
Because that's what I believe she told Azaria that.
Okay. When did that happen?
That week, I don't know exactly which day.
Did you guys take her to the doctor for it? I mean, teeth injuries are pretty painful.
No, she didn't. No.
She didn't complain about it or anything?
No, I didn't even see it. She didn't even show it to me.
Well, I know that you told me on the day that we first met that you remember giving her 2 popsicles on the 16th, the day before she passed. Do you remember doing that still?
I thought I had I thought she had asked I gave her permission to have the popsicles.
These popsicles on freshly broken teeth be a little painful, right? You ever had toothache?
But they had happened days before that. Like, I don't remember the exact day, but I know that she had stated that like at least maybe 3 days. Honestly, he had the same thing, and I didn't know how he had his on, and I was just like,
You're talking about Lil Juan fell off his bike and broke his teeth? He went to the hospital and he broke his teeth. Did it hurt?
That's what he told me.
Right. Well, that's what he told me too, but he told me it hurt and he went to the hospital because of it and wanted some pain meds. All right, so let's go back. All right. So Carnival cruise ship, you said that she signed herself out, right? All right, so this is a statement form from Carnival Cruise Line. This is from the person that was the counselor that day on your ship that did talk to Jamaria that day. And this is a report from her saying, you can read it if you want.
This wasn't the day that she checked herself out,
That's the first day.
but that wasn't when this incident happened.
So what day was that incident?
This incident happened maybe like maybe the next day
Okay.
or the day after. It wasn't the first day.
Okay.
And then it
What day
says
did you guys leave on the cruise?
we got on the cruise June 2nd.
It says June 2nd.
That event didn't happen on that day. I'm almost positive. I even called him and had him on FaceTime and everything. She was saying that she was cold and stuff.
Alright. So obviously, we did a search warrant in your house, right? Right after the incident. We held it for 2 days. It was very convenient, and I apologize for that. I want to show you some pictures real quick, and nothing graphic. What is that room? Do you know?
The closet downstairs.
Alright, and whose room is to the right and left of that closet?
To the right, Naya left the shower.
Okay. And has anybody ever been locked in that room
No,
as punishment?
no,
You know what Blue Star is?
no.
You ever seen CSI shows where they have like the spray, they spray on blood, they call it luminol,
Mhm.
and it lights up with blood?
Mhm.
Kind of hard to see a little bit now, but look at the floor on that one.
Okay,
This is a better picture. This is a floor with the door closed.
okay.
So why would there be blood there?
I have no idea. Is this human blood?
Or monkey? It's primate or human.
I mean, I have animals. So.
But it's not blood. They won't react to animals. So this is the couch that Jamaria slept on?
Yes.
See the blood stains?
Wait. Yeah.
And then this is your bathtub upstairs in the master.
Yes.
Okay. So these are just some of the pictures I wanted to show you. I wanted to ask you real quick before I forget. I'm going to forget. The home security system you guys had, who had access to that on their cell phones?
Me, LaJuan, and my mom.
Joanne didn't have access to it.
He had access to the phone, my phone.
Your phone, yes, but who had it on their phone? Was it LaLon's phone?
So I had two separate phones, and one phone he used just for that. The other one was my phone that I
Okay.
tote around with me every day.
Who else?
My mom.
Okay, so you, your mom, and the second phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 2 users.
Yeah.
That's you and your mom.
Mhm.
Not LaLon. There's only 2 phones.
So on my phone, I'm logged in.
Yes. You're logged in and Tortia's logged in.
Mhm.
Until after this incident, those are the only 2 phones that are registered with Vivint to have access to the system. When you set up your account on your phone, it logs that data.
Okay.
Okay, so we know whose phone is doing what.
Okay.
So when I asked you earlier what happened on the 12th, I'm asking you that because there's a bunch of videos that were deleted on the 12th. And they were only deleted by one user, and that's either you or your mom. So I'm asking you what happened on the 12th to cause a bunch of videos to be deleted. If something happened where you hit LaJuan, I don't care. He probably deserved it, to be honest with you. But I'm just trying to understand the dynamics inside the house.
Like just basically there was a big argument between him and I about a lot of the stuff that was going on.
Did you know he was having an affair?
No.
And that while you were in Miami on your way back up and he had your car and he was cleaning it, that he was meeting with this girl and is basically having a child with him? No idea? Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what caused this animosity, what caused this fight.
The fact that I wasn't having sex with him, and if you go through my phone,
Right.
you would see the history of that all the time. But he was trying to do evil stuff to me a lot. So it's like I couldn't do nothing but try to stay home and protect the kids, you know, and stuff because I just didn't know what he would. My main goal was just to get him out of there.
Right.
And you know that day, you know he was hiding stuff. I was hiding his stuff. Well, basically my stuff, his stuff that because he had stole something from somebody, and I was trying to hide it to like show it for evidence, just in case he did something to me, and basically I didn't want to be seen with that stuff because I knew that was stuff that he took from someone else.
What stuff?
He
On the
had,
wall of the bathroom that he stole from somebody?
and he had a gun, and
What was the gun at? Because we searched the house. We didn't find a gun.
he probably took it.
Okay. All right, that's probably true. Moved out. So let's go back to the cruise ship again. Is there anything that Jamari said to you that just made you just lose your shit and just kind of just smash the child up and say you better act straight? Straighten up.
On the cruise?
On a cruise, last day. You guys are in the port of Miami. Okay? She says something to you because you snatch her up. It's on camera.
I'm not gonna recall, honestly. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Right. Well, it's on camera.
Well,
The
yeah.
camera in the hallway.
I just can't.
And I figure she probably made some smart ass comment to you. And I mean, she just wasted a whole week of fun, made you suffer through the whole week. So I get it. I mean, we're people, right? So I need to know where your mind was, what the mind. I mean, I know you were over it. You're basically a single mom to a kid that's not yours. She treats you like crap. She doesn't listen. She just is nasty. So, like, how are you feeling about that? Like that.
Honestly, where I was with that was I was just ready to be done.
Why didn't you just call Luana and say, "Come get your kid"?
When?
After your mom left and you realized she was there.
Because he knew she was there and
Okay.
he wouldn't. He told her he would come back and get her. I honestly thought he would come back and get her before the flight took off.
Well, what I'm saying is he left on the 13th, right in the morning. Why don't you get up and go, you left something here, come get your kid?
Or at any point.
Right.
Because
Whenever you just couldn't take it anymore. She's not your responsibility.
right.
Ultimately.
Mainly because
He
we
dumped
had
her.
already purchased her flight to go to California, so that would have been money waste. She was leaving to go with the other girls due to the fact that my mom was going to buy all their school clothes. They helped her clean her apartment. And basically, I mean, anytime that I would put him out and he would say he's going to take her, sometimes he would take her, sometimes he wouldn't. Anytime he said he would take her, she would ask to stay with me because she's terrified of him. Like, he doesn't like her at all.
Why is
And
she terrified?
my honest opinion is he sees that my kids are like top good kids or whatever, and he's seen that his kids came in with a problem, so I felt like he just didn't like his kids because of the problems they were giving.
And that resulted in what?
Him not like me feeling like he don't like her.
But that made him do what? That made her not want to be around
well,
him.
yeah,
They're
and
terrified
then,
of him.
yeah, and the whoopings, of course. Like, I mean, I got whooped as a kid. I was terrified of my dad, so I get it.
So, were you worried about Jamari's safety around Luana?
I mean, like,
But here's the thing.
anytime she would come to me and say, hey, I don't want to go with my dad, or I want to stay with you, or can I please live here and not go with him, and like stuff like that, that makes me feel like she's don't want to be around him.
So he works 5 to 6 days a week. He goes to school 3 days a week in the morning. So he's 3 days a week. He's gone 12 hours, essentially. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or whatever. During the time he's gone.
School definitely varied. School varied. That wasn't an everyday thing.
Sure. But what I'm saying is there's time where you were not with Luan,
Mm-hmm.
so he couldn't hurt you. that you could have got resources not only for you as a victim, or Jamaria as a victim, or any of your other kids as victims. There's opportunities that present themselves. You had a phone, you had a car, you had a means of basically leaving them at work and calling the police and getting help. Why didn't you do that?
You know, the threats and stuff, it just didn't seem that easy.
He's on probation. It's super easy. You know that because you guys talked about that, about how his PO went to the door and he was mad at you because you didn't answer the door on the door cam.
But a lot of times when I would ask him to leave, he would use that as a reason why he could not leave.
Sure.
He was saying that he couldn't switch his address and stuff. So that's like, it's forcing him to, it's like, the way I was trying to get out was the way I explained it.
It's a phone call to his PO to switch his address. It's exactly what he did when he moved out. He called his PO and switched his address on that.
And I didn't know that. He manipulated me into thinking there's no way he can switch his address because that's where he resides.
You talk about Lauren whooping her. Describe that. What's Lauren whooping her?
Like I said, a lot of times I would just walk away from it. But what you mean, like with a belt? Yeah.
I don't know what I mean. I'm asking you.
Yeah, with a belt.
Can you use anything other than a belt?
Not that I saw. I mean, yeah, his hands, the wooden spoon I saw him popping them with a wooden spoon. Nothing that I witnessed.
Okay. So, you said that you pinched Jamaria in the past as punishment. What was the reason behind pinching? I kind of get some parents, like when they have a toddler starts biting you, you bite it back to kind of teach it, hey, that actually hurts. What was the purpose behind pinching? What would that do? What kind of punishment is that?
I just know that every time I acted out as a kid, I would get pinched. So,
but describe that to me. So, like, where would you get? Where you get pinched have some relevance to what you did wrong?
Right. So, when I did pinch her, I let him know. What I was saying was, every time she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
Okay.
That's what I would tell him. Like, if she does something wrong today, I'm gonna pinch her.
And where would you pinch her at?
Like on her arm, just outside. I'll grab her chest.
Okay.
Stomach, the stomach area. Well, I used to get pinched at, and just.
Is that what happened to her nipples?
What happened to my nipples?
Well, her nipples are gone.
I never touched her nipples.
Well, you made me. It's kind of curious because you say that wherever she messes up, she'll get pinched, but then she's flashing a boy on the boat, and now her nipples are missing.
Well, when that was after the fact.
I apologize for the gruesomeness of it, but I've had to stare at it for 2 months. Look at her nipples.
I didn't see that.
Well, I'm not asking if you saw it. I'm asking if you knew about it. If you did it.
No, I didn't do that.
You see all the marks all over her body?
Yes.
Her autopsy report's over 26 pages long because they have to identify all these marks. And a lot of these marks on her body are pinch marks.
I didn't pinch her that many times.
Does it look familiar to you?
What you mean?
Is that Jamaria?
Yes.
All right, you can keep going. These are stills taken from your video camera in your house. Who do you recognize in those photos?
Jamaria and myself.
And what about Azaria?
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay.
What happened? Something happened because that's not the way that you normally act. I've talked to people. You were a good mom. You helped other parents with their kids. You did their hair. What happened?
That day,
We all make mistakes.
I don't know if that was the moment that they came to me saying that she was hunching the pillow or what that moment was about. I can't remember.
What was going through your head?
I mean, what was probably going through my head was that probably like, I'm tired of talking to you. Listen, do what you're supposed to do. A lot of times I just felt like I was the one protecting her, for her to turn around and not listen to me when I'm the one keeping you protected from your dad. So I did have moments that I did react to being tired of her not listening to me.
Do you remember what she had not listened to on that day?
That's what I was trying to think of. I think it was the fact that she was being sexual. I think it was the sexual thing that made me react like that, because I felt like she's too little of a girl to be talking about and asking my older girls about sex and asking them why they want tape and stuff like that. I just probably was overwhelmed with all of that.
So in our line of work, usually if we see something in a 9-year-old that says that, it makes us wonder where they learned it from, right? And if she didn't learn it from you, who's the other guy figure she has in the house?
Right.
So I understand it's frustrating that she may be asking questions like that, but there may be an underlying reason as to why she's asking those questions.
Well, with me, I will always ask her. I will always try to get down and get her understanding from her. And she was just like, she saw her auntie doing those things, and, they were allowed to have a boyfriend before they moved with us and stuff.
Well, and there's another video too of her running in place. You had her running in place, and then for whatever reason, you kick her from behind and she trips over the bag of dog food. That's when she sprained her ankle. I mean, that's because the next video with her in it, she's wearing an ankle wrap. It fits. There's no video of her wandering through the downstairs living room, tripping over a bag of dog food. There's a video of her proceeding wearing a wrap on her foot, of her running in place and you kicking her and her falling over a bag of dog food. So it's kind of like a half truth, and that's.
If she sprung her ankle at that time, I did not know.
No, that's fine. But I'm telling you that you kicked her over a bag of dog food, and she may have sprained her ankle at that time, right? But there's no video of her wandering around the room. I mean, I will tell you this: that your cameras are top notch. We got 2,820 videos that I had to go through, and it captured a lot inside your home. I know that LaJuan doesn't know the door code to your door. I know that because there's so many videos of him standing outside like an idiot, waiting on someone to open the door for him.
But that was before we just got it. We just recently got it done, and he was the one that had to be there with the guy to program everything.
I also know that he stood in front of your door on several occasions like an idiot, not knowing the code. I also know every time your doors were open and when they were closed. I have every video of every person that's been in your house. From the pest control guy that you canceled when your mom was there, to LaJuan, to Deshara's boyfriend and Denai's boyfriend they snuck in, from them smoking weed to them drinking alcohol. And I have all of that.
Right. I mean, he told me that he's the one that set the code for the front door. The side door, he don't have the code for that. He didn't have the code for that one.
Spends a lot of time outside standing in front of a door looking like an idiot for someone that has a code.
Maybe the chain was on the door or
This is why I
something.
wanted to talk with you, though. You can see you spent 2.5 months figuring out what happened. The videos, texts, reports from Carnival. I wanted to ask you why. And you're kind of disclosing some of that. What was going through your head? Who else was involved? Are you the only person who should be sitting in that seat, or should someone else be? Is there a reason
I
behind
honestly
this?
just don't
Is there an
think that
explanation?
it's nothing that I did physically that could have caused her death. That's just, I mean, I know what he told me, so that's what, I was leaning more towards, but,
What he told you?
well, not me, but told her. He, basically let her know that he was going to kill her. So, I mean, I didn't know if that was a scare tactic or what, but I honestly...
So what do you think
nothing
Luan
that could
did?
have caused her to die.
What do you think Luan did?
I don't know.
Well, you see the marks on her.
Right.
Who caused those marks? You, Luan, someone else?
I mean, I feel like
Everyone?
Luan did.
You feel like he did, or you know he didn't?
Only other people it could be is my kids, and I know they didn't do that.
I mean, I hope that you're not trying to protect someone, because I find it hard to believe, just being honest with you, that you as a mother or stepmother or whatever you consider yourself, a caretaker, do you consider yourself a caretaker of Jamaria, at least?
Her mom.
Her mom, okay. As a mother to Jamaria, if you didn't do those things or didn't do all of those things, I find it hard to believe you didn't see those marks on her body.
No, I didn't see all of it. I didn't.
Some of them aren't even covered. She's wearing shorts. She's walking around naked, for God's sakes.
On some days, yeah.
How did you not see them, though?
Because that week we came back, I was sick. I was in the bed the majority of the time.
But the rest of the time. And
She wasn't.
I'm actually on your side, okay? I'm begging you not to try to cover up for someone and take 100% of the rap. If you're 0% responsible, 90% responsible, anything less than 100% responsible. And if you're 100% responsible, and there's a reason behind it, an explanation behind it, like all her misbehavior, and you couldn't take it anymore, you got upset, you got to your wits' end, or whatever.
I just, I honestly can't say what all he did to her. Because, like I said, I walked away from it.
But we at least admit to me that you saw those marks on her body. I just can't believe that you didn't.
The marks of
those marks that you just saw in the picture, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see the reaction from the pinch, no, but I did pinch her.
What about her face? Were you aware that her face was swollen? She'd been hit or suffered some kind of injury to her head where it caused her face to swell up? Do you know about that?
No.
No?
I mean, when I saw her, I just thought.
What about on the 16th, the day prior? Do you know about it?
No.
Denia texts you and says, hey, maybe we should reschedule this flight, let a swelling go down on her head or face. Denia texts you that. Denia saw it.
Did I respond?
Yes. There was a whole conversation. We've got a lot of conversations between you, Denia, you, Deshara, you, Denia, Deshara, you and Luan, you and your mom, and you and your mom and Luan. We have all those conversations. Everything.
Remember, he took everyone's phone.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
I don't recall that.
I know that you received a Snapchat photo of her foot when it was burnt from Ozaria. It was on your phone, opened. Just because you delete something doesn't mean...
No, Ozaria told me that I found out that she said she took the picture to show me.
You have a picture.
But I never saw the picture.
You have a picture on your phone.
Mm-hmm. I never saw
Jamaria's foot that was opened, and it's the only reason why I know it was open because it wouldn't be there unless it was open.
But she said that she used my phone to take the picture.
But you received it from another Snapchat account.
I don't recall.
You live in the same house. Why does she need to send you a picture?
Because they all talk like that. They all talk.
Maria's in the same room as you at some point. She's in the same room as you when she passed away.
I mean, you even had her soak in the pool because you have a saltwater pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the wounds to give her some kind of relief, right? She's not allowed to swim. She can soak in there. That's what you said.
I think that because for her ankle, she's twisted her ankle.
Okay.
And I know, like, anytime I've gotten an injury or the girls, you know, I let them know, like, the salt water make it feel better or relax it or whatever.
Injury like that burn? Is that why she was soaking her foot?
No, if I would not put a burn in.
I don't know. I'm not.
You know, her.
Did Seven bite her again? And just so you know, she had a laceration behind her ear that looked like it was caused by a dog bite. So across her head, she had a bite mark here and a part mark here where he grabbed her across the back of her head. When that incident occurred, that you said was you and Ozaria and Jamari in that room. Did Seven bite her?
I'm not that I know of.
Okay. Were you telling the dog to bite her? Because that's what it sounds like in the video. You're holding the dog back with a leash. I'm going to let you get her. I'm going to let you get her.
No. I probably use it as a scare tactic or something like, go, but nothing. No. Heck no.
Okay. So how did she have a puncture behind her ear?
I didn't see, I'm not aware of that. I didn't know anything about it.
Well, she did. She got a puncture from behind her ear and across the side of her face was like a big dog bite. And Seven was a big dog.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Is there anything else you think we should know that we didn't ask you?
I mean, I just want to say I didn't cause her death. I didn't kill her. I didn't murder her. I didn't do none of that.
But you never asked the whole interview how she died.
Because when I have, everyone just don't tell me anything.
But you haven't asked.
I asked her.
So
I was saying, like, I didn't know how she passed away and stuff.
So she died from her injuries. So it's kind of like it's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. You ever heard of that? Like you get a little paper cut and it doesn't kill you, right? You get a lot of them. Well, then now your immune system's jacked up because it has to fix these things. It requires energy from your body, so you break down muscle, which breaks down proteins that go in your kidney. It's a whole thing, right? And then she has all these injuries that are staggered historically long. So she's been whipped, she's been pinched, she's been punched, teeth broken, bit in the back of the head by a dog, possibly. She has all these injuries that her little body is trying to fix, right? All at one time. It's a lot. And then she's not given nutrition. She's not given proper amounts of water. She's not given proper amounts of food. And we know this because during the autopsy, we empty their stomachs. We check their bladders. I know what color her urine is. Her urine looked like coffee. And she had so little fluids in her body that we barely didn't get enough blood because her body didn't have enough hydration. So we know she was dehydrated. We know she wasn't fed. And we know she has all these injuries that she's trying to recover from.
I fed her literally every day on the cruise, every day since we...
Here's what happens. When your body can't get food, it breaks down muscle. So I tell you not to starve yourself because you'll lose all your muscle mass. So your body breaks down this muscle to try to repair itself. Well, the problem is a lot of protein goes in the kidneys. Kidneys aren't built for that. They shut down. And then she dies. So literally preventable from one, not hitting the child like that, not making her exercise like that, not pinching her like that, not having her teeth broke, not having her dog bit, but hydration. The child died because she wasn't given water, enough water. That's why she died.
And from her injury.
But I did. I mean, like, there's no... she's never been deprived of no food. Like, everyone has full access to everything in the house.
2,820 photo or videos. I know that number because I've watched every one of them more than once.
Okay.
I rarely, if ever, I see Ozari, I see Denai, I see Lawan, I see you, I see everybody getting food.
Well, not me.
You get food
I
out
don't
of
eat, trust me.
You don't eat often, but you eat more than Jamaria did.
No. Listen, Jamaria moved into our house eating cereal and noodles. If she lost a lot of weight because she told us, because we had meals, she told us that's not what she wants to eat. Dad told her she has to eat those meals that is served to her. So Jamaria lost weight because she couldn't eat cereal and noodles anymore. We found out that me cleaning up the house and stuff like that, we found out that she had been taking her dinners, stuffing it in her backpack, stuffing it in corners, stuffing it under the couch, which is why we got so many roaches now, because they had been taking the food that was cooked for them, placing it other places. But they still had full access to it. I've never told her not one time she could not go in the kitchen, eat nothing, any of that. I don't know if Dad
For a
told
child
her.
that spends a day in a corner because she didn't disobey her dad or her mom or whatever, if she can't even get out of the corner because to use the bathroom,
I would never
she's so
leave her
scared.
in the corner for a day. I would never tell her she can't get out.
You said she was in the corner so long she peed herself.
That was on the ship, sir.
But that's my point, is that her mindset, she's 9 years old, she's not an adult. She's so scared of you and Luan that she would stand in the corner and piss herself.
Well, she told me that she did that because he told her she couldn't leave out the time out for anything.
She's so scared. Her dad's a million miles away in her mind. She's out in the ocean. She's on another country. Dad's so far away.
And
That's mental abuse. She's so programmed and so scared of both of you that she will do whatever it takes.
I don't think she was scared of me.
I saw the videos.
Even when I disciplined her, she would let me know. She was like, "Mom, I understood what I did, etc., whatever."
Most abused kids do. You know why? Because they don't want it to happen again.
Right.
They will tell you what you want to hear. I'll be your best friend. Don't hit me again.
Right.
She didn't mean it.
I can honestly say I didn't abuse her. I mean,
what is that?
I would let her dad deal with her. I probably had times
What is this?
like that, I would say.
That's abuse. Is that not abuse?
There were times where I did, get overwhelmed. But that was not, I've never left a bruise on her. Like,
What about those pinch marks?
I told you I didn't know that it was bruised from the pinch marks.
Those aren't bruises. Those are cuts from the nail going in. There are some bruises where somebody grabbed her by the arm and dug their nails in and kind of probably pulled her up the stairs or something. But there's a lot of those are actual pinch marks from your fingernails.
Okay, well, I didn't cause all those bruises. And I didn't know that, cuts. I've never seen any bruises on her from me disciplining her.
You didn't see those cut marks from the pinch?
Yeah, the ones on her arm.
That's all you saw?
Yeah.
So we're going to leave here today with the story of you did all this, you've never abused her, and you only caused the small fraction of the ones on her arm. That's the story you want to leave with, that you want to take to court and say, here, this is my story. I didn't abuse her. The video was me, but I didn't abuse her, and only the pinch marks on her arm for me. The rest of them are from Luan, which wasn't there at that house since the 13th. And a lot of these wounds are fresh. But you're going to go, it wasn't me. You're alone with this child.
She was not. I was sick, literally, in bed.
I bet. And you're probably pissed that she won't let you get some sleep.
I would never do anything to kill her. I would never deprive her of food or any of that. Drink, nothing. I just honestly feel like, I don't know. I honestly feel like, knowing all of this, I just honestly feel like it's a setup. Like he's never left the house. He's never left the house. He's never, ever, 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 ever.
By who, Luan?
Yeah.
Then why are you trying to protect him by saying I didn't see any of those marks on her, if that's true?
The marks that I saw on her from when we flipped her over, I kind of possibly felt like it came from the pinch marks
By who?
when I pinched her. So,
But it goes back to her point. I feel like you're literally taking the fall for Luan. Because if you say Luan was there on the 15th, tell me how to prove it and I'll prove it.
You either did all of that or you know who did all or some of that.
the one was definitely there on the 15th. All I can say is you're going to have to talk to the kids.
Your kids got to tell the truth.
We talked to all of you.
Your kids don't like telling the truth.
Um,
And I get it, they're trying to protect their mom, but the problem is they're not protecting their mom, they're just making it worse for you. And now, Deshara, because she's an adult, she's been subpoenaed for grand jury, so she has to testify in this whole case about everything she knows. And that means you can't talk to her and tell her what to say, because that's tampering with a witness, but she needs to be honest. And this is serious game. She just started adulthood.
yeah.
And she needs to tell the truth.
They know he was there. I can't say if all of them know, but they do know he was there. I just feel like he told me that, not told me, he told her this what would happen, and it happened.
Did he ask you to lie for her?
No, he was just like, no matter what, we in this together, and
But you ain't in it together. Look who's in this room.
He ain't in trouble.
He's not in this room.
He's living his best life with his new soon-to-be baby mama and his mom. You're here. He's not.
right.
Did he threaten you, or are you scared of him? Is that why you're covering for him? If you are.
He always threatened me.
He can't get to you now. How did he threaten you?
He just told me that if I would leave him, he was going to kill me.
I mean to do with this. You covering for him, you lying for him, you taking the blame for him.
Basically what he was just saying is like, he can't go back to prison. He can't go back to prison. He can't go back to prison.
But you can go?
That's what I asked him. He was like,
Well, that's some bullshit. If you ask me.
He's got a history of child neglect.
that's all he kept saying is, he can't go back to prison. He can't go back to
Why?
prison.
Why can't he go back to prison? Because he don't want to? I bet you don't want to
he says
either.
he has a baby on the way. That could be a reason.
You have how many kids? How many?
4.
Okay. What about your kids? That's his problem.
Since he left that house, and I took your cell phone, you got Deshare's cell phone, you started talking to him immediately. You're talking, texting back and forth. How often was he concerned about Egypt?
None.
None. He don't care. Jamaria and Jalea were paychecks to him. They just came too late.
And I think that was like the whole reason
And
he
now
got
you're
them.
going to get out of jail free card
because
for him.
Oh yeah,
that was
absolutely.
the whole reason he got them, because I let him know early on that we're not equipped to deal with this right now. Take on 2 more kids, and we got 4 that we're already struggling with. So I just feel like it was for the money, because him being with them, I never saw him be a father.
No, because he gets the money, and you get all the
You get to
responsibility.
take care of him.
And I got the responsibility.
And now he gets a free ticket out of jail while you get left holding the bag of shit.
Because he can just say, I wasn't there. There's video of me leaving. There's video of him leaving on 13.
What actually happened with him? When was he actually there? Rewind and Think about you and your kids instead of him and his kid with his new baby mama that he didn't tell you about.
So basically, I just remember it being like 9, 10-ish at night.
What day are we talking about?
It could have been, I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday.
Well, use references. So Sunday was the day of the flight.
Okay, I believe she said it was the day, Saturday,
Who's she?
Deshara.
And what did she say?
That she saw him and Marty together
Where at?
downstairs.
In the living room, in the upstairs room, or no, sorry, in her room. Because you only have Denaya Deshara's room, the closet, that pool where the pool table is, and then you have the living room. So which room were they in those rooms?
I honestly don't know.
And how did he get in the house without being caught on camera?
I mean, from my knowledge, how he's gotten in the house would be from either Deshara's window or.
Why is a grown ass man that you're with climbing in your underage daughter at the time, her window?
Right, because he knew that window didn't lock.
Did you ever talk to your daughter about
Apparently.
anything that he may have done inappropriately with her?
I've never asked her, no.
No concerns of it?
I didn't have any concerns. I didn't have any concerns. But I was just always so overwhelmed and stuff, not even able to do anything, or notice stuff that I should notice. And then, honestly, the camera only catches, like, say for instance, if I come home and I go in the garage or something, the camera is only going to catch maybe a clip of that. Like, sometimes I've caught it not recording me going in the garage, but it caught me letting the door down or something like that.
Sure.
So,
it takes a second for it to realize that somebody just went by it.
Okay, so that made me wonder one day when he was in the house, like, how don't I see this on the camera? Because I did check the camera to see how he got in the house. And he just told me he went through the back. He just said he went through the back. So he walked a lot, so there's not going to be any cars pulling up or nothing like that, because I didn't allow none of his family or any of them to come to me. The first day that they actually came to the house was the day of the incident. I didn't allow them to come to my house, so he walked away from the house a lot, and he knew if someone did bring him back towards the house, he would get dropped out either at Montbird Park or the stop sign or something, and he'll walk the remaining of the way. The cameras in the back aren't working due to whatever reason.
Well, the sensors on the windows work, right? And the door sensors work. So we know when doors are open or closed, we know when windows are open or closed. We have that.
Right.
So if what you're saying is true, somebody opened the door between 9 and 10 o'clock on the 15th, and they're not on camera. And if what you're saying is a lie, then
I'm not sure if someone opened up the door for him.
how did he get in?
I don't know.
It's not Houdini. He can't just magically show up in the house. He's got to come in some way. And the nice thing about your house is you have security systems that I have logs for everything.
Right. So I would just say ask the kids, because
I'm going to look at the logs, and then I'm going to ask the kids, and then if they lie to me, then it is what it is.
Right. I honestly don't know how he got in the house that night.
Okay.
I don't know. I just know that he has his ways.
Are you sure it wasn't Deshara's boyfriend or Denaya's boyfriend that came in there?
No.
You're not sure? Could it have been Denaya or Deshara's boyfriends that came over? Because they came over that weekend.
Yeah.
And they were out partying all night till like 2 o'clock in the morning. Could that male voice you heard be one of them?
No.
No, you heard LaJuan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you want us to not know he was there that night?
Because I heard it from the kids. I was just gonna let them tell that.
Okay.
Just after, it was after that he came to the house, like, he was there the next day, and he was just like, I can't go back to jail. I can't go back to jail. Then
The day after that, which would be the 16th.
whichever day they released the house.
Oh, the day after.
Yeah.
Why is he telling you he can't go back to jail? What?
And then my dad also called me and said that he told him he got to figure out a way to save his ass, or whatever. But I didn't understand none of it because I'm like, well, they're looking at me, not you. So why do you need to save your ass?
Has anybody ever seen injuries on Jamaria that were caused by LaJuan other than you denying the charge?
My sister, her girlfriend.
Well, how about this? So, what about your mom? She was there from the 9th through the 10th. Jamaria was there. LaJuan was there. Jamaria already had bruises before she went on the cruise because LaJuan made some stupid comment to you on text message about how you need to ease up on her because she's already got enough bruises or whatever.
I told him that.
So there's already that conversation, right? So your mom says that Jamaria is scared of LaJuan, right? Did your mom see any bruising or any marks on Jamaria that make her concerned about the safety of Jamaria, and then kind of kick off this whole thing about taking her to California?
That part I'm not sure. From what I heard is that Jamaria came to her in conversation.
Where did that conversation occur?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is that there's a lot of what ifs or hypotheticals, but there's nothing concrete.
Right.
And to put someone in the chair next to you, I need concrete. I mean, if you know if your mom saw injuries, or I don't know who was all at your house on a regular basis, but your mom was there. If she saw marks, and in combination with the story that Jamaria was scared of LaJuan, that is enough for me to say, okay, LaJuan is abusive.
I could call her. I don't know if she saw the bruises or not.
She didn't say anything to you about it. You said that Jamaria had broken out from a rash. She and grandma's right. They take care of people.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't apply lotion to her or anything like that. It kind of, I don't know what you guys use, some ointment or something.
Yeah. We pretty much let her do it. I'm honestly not sure. She was left with my mom in the room, maybe one time. So I'm not sure if she saw anything or not, but I could ask her.
Ask her. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that text actually came from me because, I saw the bruises on her, and I knew that it came from him, and then he was trying to whoop her again right before the cruise, so I was saying, hey, you done left bruises on her, you keep whooping her, it's gonna
And your mom didn't know about that? It was right before the cruise.
I'm not sure.
I mean, obviously, I guess what I'm asking is why your mom was there. I'm trying to find someone that's not you, Denaya, Deshara, or Zaria, because I don't want to put 11-year-old in the stand, but Denaya and Deshara. So I can't use you three. So I need someone else that's independent somewhat to say I was there between May 29th, whatever, through June 10th, and I saw this. This child had marks. LaJuan threatened her, whatever that case may be. That would be helpful. I don't want her to lie.
Right, of
I
course.
need an honest statement.
I honestly don't know everything Jamaria disclosed with my mom.
Right.
And I don't know if she saw them or not. But I could.
That's a question. That's up to you.
I would like to, because I know that this didn't come from me.
I think LaJuan's equally as responsible. At the least.
He's 100% responsible. I mean, I have lost my cool and, you know, got overwhelmed with the kids, but I could never do nothing that would bring them to either one of them to their death. Like, nothing.
Can I ask you a question? If Juan abused her, I believe that he did. How come we don't see that on video? Where did it occur?
So, like I said, the one always walked away with Jamaria. A lot of times he would take her to the garage or the laundry room, or he was real smart. He was, me honestly, I even caught him on the panel deleting videos and stuff from the panel and stuff. So it's like, I just never, me personally, I didn't never delete anything.
So you're not the person who deleted the 92 videos or whatever?
No.
Was it the one?
They were deleted. Well, yeah.
I don't know. If you know, then never mind.
I do know, because
Okay.
they were deleted. I know when they were deleted and who was deleting them.
Well, yeah, I did download the app on my daughter's phone or whatever. But
Afterwards, yeah.
yeah,
So are you the person who deleted the 90 something video?
No.
Who did? He already knows who did.
I already know who did, and I know what time frame you did it.
So I guess I'll just ask, why were they deleted?
I didn't delete 90 something videos.
Well,
Why were you trying to protect LaJuan?
I honestly just know that he can come for me at any time.
What was on those videos?
A lot of him and I altercations, whoopings,
Who whooping who?
the one whooping Jamaria, me yelling at her. I believe it was one of Ozaria and Jamaria getting into a fight.
All in one day.
What you mean?
The majority of the videos that were deleted were all in one day. For one day, May 12th. Sorry, June 12th. Like literally, they took a block of time and deleted a bunch of videos in that block of time.
I can't recall the dates.
Okay.
I can't recall the dates.
Well, it was May 12th. It must have been a hell of a day.
I just know the, you know, like it wasn't gonna be an easy thing trying to speak on that at the moment.
What do you mean? Just so I understand what you're saying.
Because basically he always told me that he would kill me. Like, I can't leave the relationship. I can't do nothing. And basically, like,
I get you, but do you understand? He can't. How is he going to hurt you now, right now, or in the future?
what I was saying was like at the moment of all of everything that was going on.
So unfortunately, you thought that, and you were afraid, and you did what you did. But why are you protecting him now? Right now, he can't hurt you. He can't hurt you in the future.
I don't know.
You literally have nothing else to lose.
Why is he telling you you can't go to jail? Meaning,
It's basically
what
like,
do you have on him?
it's basically like he has painted this picture as in a way to where it looks like it's me. It's look like it's.
Unpaint the picture.
So basically, I say that to say everything that how can I say this? Right now, he's threatening me with like my children, where like him being able to place Egypt in places that he know I doesn't want her to be, etc. Of course, I don't want my child with his mom, etc., because they do witchcraft. So right now, a lot of this has been to basically be on his side, so my children aren't ending up places where I don't want them to be.
Egypt is his daughter, though, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do. That's right. You do share it. So you're afraid that he will be able to
He's
put
using
Egypt
her
with his daughter, with his mother,
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing.
and in exchange, you'll cover for him, and then he won't put Egypt with his mother.
So he basically just asked me not to let, it be known that he threatened her and was whooping her and stuff because he's already out on probation.
And you've already told us those things. He threatened her and he was whooping her, which I appreciate. Thank you for that. Is there anything else?
Just have to. I really want to speak with my mom and see if she knows anything. I want to.
That's fine. You want to speak to your mom, see if she knows anything. Do you know any? Are you covering anything else for him?
I mean, I know about the whoopings. I know about all of that. It's just the way he has it looking is like he had no involvement with it. So it's like if I tell on him, he's gonna know.
What do you have to lose?
My daughter.
If he's in jail, he doesn't have a say so. At what point do you think a judge is going to look at him in jail, back and arrested again, already having a history of child neglect, go, yep, that's the guy I want to listen to about where to put a kid? Doesn't work that way.
Where do you want
All I know is that DCF is telling me that they have to ask for his input.
That's because he's not in jail right now, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that's why I didn't disclose that, because like obviously I live for my kids.
I understand.
Everything I do is for my kids. So
start fighting for him right now. You're letting him railroad you at the moment. He's got you convinced that he has more power than he does. If they have to ask his input, guess who else's input they have to ask? Yours. I don't know how it'll turn out, don't get me wrong. But right now, he's walking around out there, free man. Maybe he deserves to be, I don't know, because I don't think I know the full story.
I didn't do this.
But I don't want you to take the fall for everything if everything isn't your fault. And cover for him because he's threatening you, or you're afraid of him, or afraid to put your kid with a witch.
I
That's not fair to you.
I know how it looks on the video. I mean, but I did nothing to bring her to her death, and just hearing what happened, I just know that it had, to be from the things that he was making her do, like dehydration. I bought her a Stanley cup just so she can have water at all times. Like I've never taken food or water, anything from out of her mouth, or told her that she couldn't have anything. I've never abused her to the fact that it left bruises. So yeah, like what do I need to? let it be known that I knew that he was whooping her, or
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
no, not to say
whatever.
that you are.
You saw that photo. You saw her body that morning. You had to have seen. I can't be convinced. I'm sorry that you didn't see those injuries the day before when she was walking around naked and alive. Who did that to her? You've admitted at least some of those pinch marks you did.
Right.
Thank you for being honest about that. You said you didn't do that to her nipples.
No, I did
then,
not.
Or
I
you
did
had
not
to have
do
seen
that.
and if you don't know who did it, you had to have said, how did that happen?
Right.
I think you consider yourself a mother to her. I can't imagine you would see that and not say, Jamaria, how did that happen? Just to use that as an example, but her whole entire body was covered. So, can you tell us who did what to her? Who made what marks on her body?
So I don't
If you
know exactly.
only what you know.
I don't know exactly what all he used to discipline her. When we got back from the cruise, I just know that he did.
Explain that to me. How do you know he did, and how do you not know what he did?
I know that he did because I heard her screaming and crying from the room that I was in. I know what he told me he was going to do prior to her coming back.
What did he tell you he was going to do?
He told me that he was going to whoop her so bad that it left bruises. I mean, that he didn't care if it left bruises or not because she could use the summer to heal.
Did he tell you that? How? How did he communicate that?
He told her that. He was on the phone yelling at her. He was like, I'm going to whoop your ass so bad that, and I don't care about you having bruises because you got all summer long to heal. And then he was like, I'm going to kill you. But, you know, I would never think that would come true.
And where were you guys at when he said that to her on the phone?
In the room.
In what room?
In the room on the ship. The kids were in the room. They witnessed the conversation as well.
They did. Who did?
I believe Denaya and Ozaria was in there.
Okay. So it was before you got home off the cruise. So then, when you got home from the cruise, describe what you heard or said.
The first night, is when I stayed in the room with my mom. I didn't hear anything that night, but I do know that him and her came in contact with each other. It was the next day when she was crying and screaming. But see, like, anytime he was there, she would stay downstairs with the girl, so they probably know more than I could say. But
how long did she cry and scream? How long of a period of time? A minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour?
I was maybe like for like 5 minutes, and then it would fade out, and then I heard her again, and then I believe I heard him come upstairs, but I don't think I heard her come upstairs. I believe I heard him come upstairs, and then I didn't hear any more after that.
Where in the house would they have been when this crying and screaming was taking place?
At the time that I heard the screaming and stuff, I would think it was coming from downstairs.
The cameras downstairs?
There's cameras downstairs, cameras upstairs.
Yeah, it's one camera downstairs that's in the living room.
Where How come it wasn't on camera? Whatever was taking place.
I'm honestly not sure because I don't think he would have went in front of the camera.
So where would he have been, in your opinion? I know you didn't see it, from what you heard, and where would he have had to have been doing this to not
For
be on camera?
me to have heard her the way I did, I would say like in the pool table room. Like where the pool table is in
What?
the house.
The next time you saw Jamaria after that, did she have marks, injuries, bruises, whatever that she did not have before that?
I wasn't paying attention because, mind you, she went on the cruise. You know, he had bruised her up before the cruise, and and then she had old bruises from him whooping her from acting up in school. So
you're saying the only marks that you caused, hand to God, were some but not all of those pinch marks?
right-handed God.
And that after you heard her screaming on 2 separate occasions after the cruise with him, you didn't notice all those other marks that you saw in that photo?
So from the photo he showed me, I only saw the front, her chest area.
Mm-hmm.
I did not notice that. I believe she had on a bra
Okay.
when I saw her.
Did you ever see her bare chest again after that? After that screaming and I knew she was found naked, but no.
I can't. I think I did, but I didn't pay attention. I think I was laying in the bed. I think I was laying in the bed, but I didn't pay attention to her breast.
Tell me about the orange stick. Is that how it was described? Orange stick?
Yep, more stick with letters like boom or
Orange stick
it's a
with,
firework of some kind.
with letters, what he just said.
I'm not aware of that.
Were they ever disciplined with anything like that? They meaning Jamaria and her sister. Anyway,
I'm not aware of that.
you know of any objects? I heard you mention a wooden spoon. Do you know of any other objects they were hit with? Anything in your house that sounds like an orange stick with letters on it, like boom or firework on it?
I mean, Dad was the only one that dealt with fireworks.
I mean, like an orange stick with.
I mean,
Right,
the only thing I could think of is the fireworks that were sticks, that he popped with them and stuff. I don't recall.
Can you think of any other objects he would discipline them with besides the wooden
The
spoon?
belts, the wooden spoon, his hands, a lot of times his hands,
So that incident when it's him and her, Luana and Jamaria downstairs, she's screaming. Is that when her teeth got broken?
I believe it was that same day.
Was it with him downstairs though?
I don't know.
Were they broken before that?
No, they wasn't.
Were they broken after that?
Yeah,
So you don't know, but they weren't broken before that.
but they wasn't
and they were
broken before that, so I would most likely say.
So you did notice the broken teeth after that.
I remember them talking about it.
Okay. What else do you remember them talking about, or did you see after that you didn't see before?
I didn't hear them say how it happened, other than the treadmill.
That's okay.
But I don't,
Well,
you know.
okay. Well,
But
maybe it happened on the treadmill. I guess we don't.
her,
We spray the treadmill with blue star, the stuff that glows blue, and the hot water heater, the wall, the floor, everything in it. Nothing was blue.
nothing.
No.
Suffice to say, however it happened, it was when the two of them were downstairs together. As far as they weren't broken before and they were broken after. Anything else that wasn't before and was after? Besides the broken teeth that you saw or heard about?
The bruises to her backside. I knew that he did it.
Was all that because discipline for whatever harm she acted on the cruise, or what was that for?
So he had her in punishment like a few weeks before leading up to the cruise. I had kind of got her to straighten up in school a little bit, so I told her, no matter what he said, I'm still gonna allow you to go on the cruise. She ended up going on the cruise with us. Not that he wanted her to, but she did, and yeah.
He wanted her to, you know why? Free babysitter, not his problem.
What's wrong with it?
He wanted to go run off with his girlfriend, which he was already dating at the time. You were gone for a week. He wanted a kid-free week.
I can believe it. I just.
How did Jamaria act after that incident where you heard her screaming downstairs? After the next time you saw her and the rest of the time, how did she act?
To me, she just stayed out of the way because, she was just, I don't know, because, by me being sick and laying in the bed majority of the time, I didn't know what they were doing, the kids. But I do know she was laying down a lot.
What did you make of that?
What I made of it is her possibly feeling under the weather due to us coming back with cold, being sick.
Did you think it had anything to do with whatever occurred between her and the lawn dancer?
At the moment, I didn't think about that. Now I'm thinking about it now, but at the moment, I didn't, none of this registered. I'm starting to outside looking in now. Think, put all the puzzles together and try to remember everything, say everything I remember and stuff because he was trying to convince me basically. He was basically telling me she died of natural causes.
Milan was?
Yeah.
Then why is he saying he can't go to jail?
That's what I'm saying. Because you told my dad that. But you was telling me, not telling me, you was telling people on your job that she died from natural causes or something like that. I overheard him saying on the phone. And I'm just thinking, maybe because he wasn't there, he knew more information than I did at the time. But that was, 2 days later or so. And then a few days later, it went from, I can't go back to jail, this, that, and the third, all this type of stuff. I got to save my ass and all that type of stuff.
Yes, he said that to you as well? Or just
I have to save my ass part, he said to my dad.
But I can't go back to jail, he said.
He said to me.
Do you think your daughters are not telling us the truth? Why? Are they afraid of him, or why are they not telling us the truth?
About maybe
a lot of things, but him, his involvement. And I guess the follow up to that is how can we get them to tell us the truth?
They could be scared, but they're aware of it.
So, you as their mother, how can we get them to tell? I'm asking your advice, them to tell us the truth.
Basically, by saying, your mom said, let us know everything the one was doing.
We can say that, and it would be super helpful if also you are letting us know everything the one was doing. Are you now?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember literally everything. I know I don't know of him depriving her of any food. I just know about the abuse.
What about when she was exercising a lot? How long were these exercise sessions that Lawan or you had her do?
They varied. They varied. He would literally probably start her out with maybe 30 minutes, and if she stopped or talked or asked him something stupid in his voice, that gave her more time.
But 30 minutes of what? Like sitting against the wall or
No, running.
running?
And I think it was more so that majority of the time because she was telling him, she was saying, she'd rather do that. And she was like, one day she came up to me and she was like, thanks, Mom, because now I'm faster in track. I mean, I can run with the other kids on the track now or something. She was like, this running is actually helping me. So, I don't know.
Did you ever hear her say that she was thirsty while she was doing all these exercises? Is that one of the stupid things she would say to the one? She need to drink water?
I'm not sure, but I always gave her water.
Did
she had told him that she had to use the bathroom and that she is thirsty, but he told her she can wait till she's done, or he'll just tell her you just gotta wait till you're done.
the bathroom and water with either one?
You as far as the bathroom, piss where you are.
And so she did, and then she would get in trouble for it.
I never, I would hear him tell her that, but I never saw her actually piss on the floor or whatever. But I do know one day when I walked in, he was like, she pissed on my shoe. He was like, this motherfucker pissed on my shoe. And when I saw her, she was bent down on the couch, balled up on the couch. Like she had just got a whooping or something. And then just the fact to know that he was telling the big girls to do these things, I just feel like this is all a setup.
To punch her in the throat?
Yeah, because I always wondered what would make him say something like that. Basically, he wanted everybody to take the rap, but
You think he knew that she was going to die? It was intentional?
Looking at everything now, I feel like yes.
Why would he want her to die? That's his
Because
paycheck.
I'm honestly, I feel like everything yes, simply because he knew. He has never, anytime we got into an argument, I asked him to leave the house, it's always, I can't switch my address, whatever like that. He has never moved out, and we've done this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This time was the only time that he has actually left. And the only time he has actually said, okay, now I can switch my address.
Mm-hmm.
Including the fact that everything that he said he was going to do happened, including the fact that I just feel like it's a way to punish me for leaving him, not wanting to be with him anymore.
What's the way to punish you this one?
Being accountable for Jamaria's death.
Well, don't let him get away with it.
That's what I feel like this is all about.
Honestly, do you think that you're at all accountable for her death? In your heart?
I mean, when you say accountable, I feel like I probably could have did more to, possibly prevent things from happening. But the situation, me dealing with my kids, me having a certain way I deal with my kids, this is your certain way of how you deal with your kids. me not wanting to interfere and cause more trouble. And then on top of the threats, you know, like, I do feel like I could have possibly done more. As far as her coming to her death, I don't feel like I'm accountable for that.
What about Adriana Dort, Demaria's mom? I know that you and her didn't get along, and Lawan told me the whole story that he was with her and then he was with you at the same time, and I guess you got pregnant in Egypt, and then you two started having issues between each other, and you sent pictures of you having sex with Lawan to her. I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying this is what was told to me. And that caused a big issue, and then there was injunctions and threats and stuff like that back and forth for years.
Yeah.
It didn't bother you that you're literally the man that you love and that supposedly loves you is literally gone all the time, leaves you with his problematic daughter, and her mom is a person you can't stand, whatever level, right? Whether you hate her or you just can't stand her. Did that have any kind of bearing on anything with Jamaria, or?
So honestly, no, because the mom didn't like me. Obviously, I'm the one with Lawan, so I don't have a reason not to like her. She didn't like me due to the fact that, of course, he was her first, and he didn't want to be with her anymore. He chose me over her. Same thing with his mom. Once I came in his life, he chose me over his mom.
Right.
And not so much that he had to purposely choose. It was because, you know, they were coming for me, so he picked a side.
Okay.
No, nothing. I cried and everything when she passed away. Tadrina, everything. I honestly never had a problem with her. She honestly went and did injunctions and all that stuff to try to get me arrested because she didn't want me around her kids and stuff because her kids were coming over.
I have the injunctions. I mean, there's text messages and screenshots, and
I don't know anything about the injunctions because they never called me to court for it.
Right, and I know that. But I'm saying is that, like, I have literally the screenshots of text messages where, I mean, come on, that's not really adult-like, but I mean.
Okay, and I'm gonna.
I get it. I'm not. This is old.
Yeah, listen. It was so bad because she was texting herself from fake apps.
Okay.
This is why the mom doesn't like me. She was also using those fake apps to text his mom as if it was me.
Okay.
It's a lot behind that. I'm not the. I'm actually a victim.
The victim in this, of the alleged victim in this, is dead. So it's not a case I care about. So I don't care if you said I said every word. It's on there. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
There's nothing I can do with it.
It was nothing like that. She was attacking us. Even the whole time he was in prison, they called the prison every month to get him put on lockdown, in confinement and stuff.
I was just asking.
So yeah. Am I able to call my mom?
Yeah, we'll be able to call your mom. We have to get you booked in, and you can definitely call your mom.
And what do you say I'm being charged with?
Premeditated murder, first degree, which is the top. And then there's aggravated child abuse. And
why am I being charged with premeditated murder?
Well, because some of the statements that you made while you were attacking Jamaria about killing her.
Scare tactics.
Well, scare tactics was also premeditation. It's scare tactics, and then if you say it and then it happens, what does that look like?
It's crazy because I only said that because he said that, and I was just repeating to her what the dad said.
I get it, but if you say, I'm going to kill you, and then the child's dead the next day from injuries caused potentially by you, what does that look like?
It looks bad, but that's not what happened.
And then the last chart, I think it said child neglect. So aggravated child abuse, child neglect, murder.
Is there anything else you want to say about any of this? You want to tell us? You think it's important?
I just know that I didn't do this. Like, I would never do anything to kill her. Like, those words came honestly because he had just told her that, and I knew she was scared from that. So when she did something wrong, I just used it. But I would never do nothing like that. I would never do anything. And then to say that it came from me saying that and doing, like, she didn't pass away from me whooping her or disciplining her
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah. So, and we can go this around and around and around. The cause of her death is based off the injuries she's received over a period of time by you and by the law. With that being said, yeah, it's a contributing factor.
But I wasn't abusing her over the time, though.
On the 15th, when you kicked her down, punched her, or kicked her in the gut, kicked her in the back, stomped her head, grabbed her by her hair, dragged her across the floor, had the dog like he's gnawing on her face, right? And she's at the bottom of the stairs and she's lifeless and helpless and limp. And you're yelling at her to get the fuck up. Go upstairs, get the fuck up. This wants me to kill her.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so question for you. Does that look good or does that look bad?
No, it looks bad.
Okay. Is that
It was
abuse?
just words.
No, it wasn't just words. You kicked her repeatedly. You stomped her head. You kicked her in the back, kicked her in the stomach. You dragged her by her hair across the floor, up the stairs. Like, so that's abuse. I don't know how you want to define that. That's not discipline. That's not corporal punishment. That's not a scare tactic. That's straight up abuse. So if you're asking me honestly, did you abuse her? Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't like I hit her on the butt once with a belt and she moved, so it got her lower leg type argument. This is pretty bad. And the video is pretty bad.
We don't have videos of Milan doing that, whether it be because you deleted them, the ones of him, or he was smart enough not to do it on video. But as far as spending so much time with you, asking you, because your kids have already told us no, what, if anything, he had to do with it? Because he ain't going to throw himself in front of the bus for you, I'll tell you that.
Here's the reality. Well, Azaria knows the truth. She stood there, right, when this happened. She watched the whole thing go down. She even moves over so she can watch it continue, which is sad. The other part of this is Denia's upstairs at the top of the stairs at the same time this is all going on downstairs, so Denia hears it. And they're both telling me, Mom never touched anybody. She's a good mom. She never puts her hands on anybody. Do I show your 11-year-old that video? Or do I let her believe her mom's not putting her hands on people? Which one would you prefer me to do? Because I haven't shown them the video yet.
I mean, they know they know that was us. They know that happened.
Listen, we all make mistakes. I know. You have a lot. This kid is a lot. Lawan is a lot. You're going through a lot. You're a single mom. You got all these kids there. You have no help. He won't bring you food. You're always complaining to him about how you're always starving and he's only out for himself and there's no money and you're having to ask your mom for help. You're stressed out. I get it. 100%. It's not an excuse, but it is an explanation.
Yeah. So I did have a moment, but
There's more than one moment. I would say that you had moments because there's a lot of videos that are not in your favor. And they're evidence. They're going to be played.
Stuff that I just can't even recall. It's a lot going. It's a lot in that relationship. So just from that alone, that was enough to kill her.
If a mosquito lands on you and it's sucking your blood, and you have two choices. You can move your arm, make it fly away, or smack your arm and kill it. That quick of a decision is premeditation.
He was honestly just words. I was just repeating what he said to her.
Problem is we have you on video doing it.
But not trying to kill her.
But what you did
Looks like it.
resulted in her death, so.
I'm sorry.
But what you did resulted in her death.
This isn't a gunshot wound or a stabbing or a shooting or whatever. This is a very unique case where the abuse that she suffered, which we have on video, contributed to her death.
Right. And then now,
I mean, everything else is ruled out. There's no organ issues, there's no heart issues, there's no lung issues, there's no COVID, there's no some weird disease from another country. All that's gone. This is what we're left with. So why it took so long? Because everything was ruled out.
and then now the videos of that day are gone.
What videos of what day? The videos of the 15th we have. The videos of the 12th we do not. They're all
Yeah,
deleted.
that's one thing, the videos of the 12.
And then those are the videos that show Zari and Jamaria fighting. They show, Lawan fighting or abusing her. I've been through 2,820 videos. I don't see Lawan abusing her.
Right. But yeah, and he was just smart. He knew where all the cameras were.
He also didn't give a shit. He wasn't a dad.
Did he tell you to delete those videos, or you did that on your own?
As far as the videos, he was the one that brought it to my attention about the videos because I wasn't me. I'm thinking, she's been found in her sleep. I'm not thinking. I couldn't think that far.
But
So
you didn't think to delete the ones of you kicking her and pushing her and everything.
I didn't see those videos.
She's so used to cover. So there's one time where he almost got caught by his PO for being out past curfew or driving or something, and she wrote a damn letter to his PO covering for him because he got caught driving on a suspended driver's license. So she fakes an injury, writes a letter to the PO to cover for him. You always cover for him.
Yeah, he made me fake that.
So now can you understand why Jamaria would be conditioned to stand in the corner and say she has to pee herself even if he's not around? You're the same way. You're sitting here between two cops where he can't touch you and you're afraid of him. Not saying that's your fault, that's his fault, but I'm just pointing it out to you so that you see it.
Because even now, like, I'm in jail, I'll be in jail and he still has full control over my child. So it's like, even now, he would, I don't know.
So help put him in jail if that's where he belongs. You do what you can.
Honestly.
To be honest, obviously you want to make something up, but
No,
be
I
honest.
wouldn't.
Encourage your family to be honest if they know information that can help. We don't want anybody to make anything up.
Because it's a crime to lie, right?
Yeah.
And we will charge them if they're lying.
Right.
So we need to have something that they say and something we can prove it with.
You see, we have a lot of information, so we likely would know if someone's making something up.
Right.
We don't want that.
Right.
We don't want anybody to do that. We've had enough of that.
I wouldn't want anyone to do it either.
I appreciate you talking to us and being honest with us. I know that's hard. I'm sure.
You'll feel better.
I'm sorry that you're going through this. Your family's going through
Yeah, me too.
this. You swear everything you told us today is truth?
Yes, ma'am. But so me talking to my mom right now, that's not gonna change nothing.
No, we can't. The judge signed the warrant. There's nothing we can do about that. The only thing that's going to change, though, is hold people that are accountable. Right? So Lawan needs to be sitting in this room as well, or in the jail as well. You don't need to go down on this ship by yourself. And that's what's happening, is you're going down by yourself. So do you want him to be living the life, walking around, doing whatever he wants to do, while you're sitting in here for him? Then he won't start talking to us. Tell us the truth. I gave your daughter, Denia, so many opportunities to tell the damn truth. She's a horrible liar.
Yes.
She knows about but they definitely know about the abuse towards myself and the kids.
You know that.
I don't
if
know.
they say everything was fine, there was no issues, they don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah, you know.
Well, what does that leave us options?
A lot of stuff. You know, a lot of it's. Growing up, you know, you're gonna get told, "Oh, don't talk to the police," you know, stuff like that. I don't know if that's what's going on, but they know about everything. I don't know if they're trying to protect.
Well, they're trying to protect you because Denia was like, we took Jamaria to the park, so I go and get video camera footage from the park. Jamaria's not there; she's at the house. It was Egypt and Deshara.
Yeah, said that day.
Well, the 16th. And it was Jamaria was at home. Denia, Deshara, and Egypt went to the park, and of course they met a bunch of friends there, a bunch of guys. They were hanging out with their guy friends the whole time. Like I have the whole video from the park and wasting my damn day getting this video because they want to lie to me.
Yeah, she
I can charge her. I don't want to. She's young. She's got life ahead of her, just like Deshara does.
I think they're just scared or something. I don't know. They never been through nothing like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But and I'm not allowed to let them know to tell you guys.
You can tell them to tell the truth, but you can't encourage them to lie. The only people you can't talk to right now, as soon as you're booked in, is Lawan and Althea.
I won't talk to them anyway. Am I able to get my attorney involved in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't don't have a bond or anything.
You have no bond until first appearance, which will be in the morning. And then they'll go over bond with you then. And they'll tell you your charges and see how you plead. And that's when you'll figure out if you need an attorney, like if they're going to appoint one to you or if you're going to get your own. So all that'll happen in the next couple of days.
Am I able to let my attorney know that I'm here?
Yeah, you can absolutely. So when you get over to the jail, they have phones. You can call whoever you need to call. And all thing I'll tell you is if you're going to call an attorney, there's a way to do it that's private so that way nobody can hear it. Do that.
Did you guys bring my daughter's phone in or no?
So your daughter's cell phone and your cell phone were seized as evidence. There are any search warrants done on them, and they're going to be extracted.
What does that mean?
It means that we're going to download them.
Oh, right. Okay. I just wanted to get numbers. Is that possible?
I can't turn them back on. They're already sealed and put away.
What about the numbers that they had?
I do have some. I have Portia's number. Will that help you?
The officer told me that she had my daughter then write down their numbers.
I don't know about that. I can find out. I have your mom's phone number. That'll at least get you a start, and your mom can get you all the numbers you need. Will that work?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give that to them over there, and they'll give it to you. All right? Anything else?
So I'm not allowed to call my mom like now?
We don't have a way for you to do that.
Oh.
I mean, I can, if you don't have an objection, I can use my phone. You can call her.
I don't care.
Is this still her good number?
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll answer my phone call, but we will try.
Hello? Hey, Mom. Hey. I'm gonna need you to come forward and be honest about the abuse from LaJuan towards myself and the kid, Jamaria. I'm with the detective. He asked me, so I'm gonna ask you, did you, I know you said Jamaria was telling you she was scared of him and stuff, and that's why she wanted to go with you, but did she show you or did you see any of the bruises that he put on her?
No, she didn't. She didn't show me nothing.
Because she did have bruises on her before the trip. But yeah, you pretty much just gonna have to be honest and I would just let them know, that he was the one that whooped her once we got back from the cruise and all that stuff.
Well, did you tell him about everything? I think all the stuff he was saying. Oh, I'm gonna help you up when you get home, and I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna put you in boot camp, and I don't care about the bruises because you got all summer to heal. I heard him tell you that.
Yeah, I let them know, but we basically got to speak on the physical things, he was doing and stuff. And
okay, but what did your attorney tell you to do? Have you talked to him yet?
No, I haven't talked to him. I don't have a number. I don't have access to nothing. The detective has your number, so that's why I called you.
Because he told you don't be talking to nobody unless he's present, because that's how they take stuff out of context and stuff like that. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have a problem with being honest. I've been honest all along, but I'm just saying,
I'm saying like basically with the things that I done called you and told you how he was threatening to kill me and all that type of stuff. Like that's the type of stuff that I'm saying if they ask you,
Well, I'm right here, ma'am. This is Detective Mercer. I spoke with you before. So basically, what I'm trying to figure out is, I'm trying to find someone other than Denaya Deshar Rosaria or Tyshell here that saw or witnessed either LaJuan abuse Jamaria or witnessed marks from that were caused by LaJuan on Jamaria. And I understand Jamaria had confided in you that she was scared of her dad, so I figured that you were there before, during, and after the cruise, even though very short. If you had any kind of insight or basically third-party information, not really third-party, but I guess separate from them, that you would be able to tell me about that would help me with LaJuan.
Because basically they, charging me with premeditated murder?
Yes, ma'am.
Neglect and child abuse?
Yep.
Yeah. Because of what he told her on the cruise when I was disciplining her, I end up repeating those words. So it's basically like he's saying that's premeditated, because I repeated what LaJuan said as a scare tactic.
Because you repeated what he said as a scare tactic.
Yeah, I can. She's more than welcome to talk about the case with you and her attorney. That's we don't have no issue with that. Again, my question is, I want to know if LaJuan was involved in this. I don't think that your daughter it should take the weight of this by herself. and I don't think that she's wholly responsible for it.
Listen, I still say, and I go before God, there's no way he didn't know that that child was in the house for 4.5 days.
We need to prove it. And that's what I'm trying to get some help from Tyshell and maybe from you or whatever.
Well, Deshara said that a detective asked her, did she know if LaJuan knew that the girl was in the house? And she said, yeah. And she said the detective asked her,
but what he's
well,
saying,
how do you know that?
what?
Because she was in the laundry room with Mari, and when she was coming out of the laundry room, LaJuan was right in the laundry room, so he knew she was there.
Ma'am, Deshara never told us that.
But that's what she told me. She told.
Well, unfortunately, that's not accurate.
Yeah, that came from Candace. But basically, he's asking for somebody outside of the kids. So that's what I'm trying to think of at the moment. I know I told y'all a lot of stuff, but it would have to be a witness, you said.
Basically somebody outside of the kids or you.
Right. So that's definitely going to have to be my sister and her girlfriend.
Yeah, as close to third party as we could get.
Yeah, because
I'm going to have to call them.
And ma'am, I don't...
Yeah, because I'm way in California, so I can't...
Well, no, and I don't... I mean, if you know something, say something, but I don't want you to lie. I don't want you to perjure yourself by any means. What I'm saying is if you know something, now's the time to let us know.
I was not witness to anything. She did call me sometimes and say that they got into fights or whatever, but that's all I can say.
Right.
I can't say that I've seen anything.
Okay.
All I can say is that she told me.
Yeah, well, Tyshell told me that, she didn't know what all Jamari had disclosed to you, so she thought maybe you knew more than what you maybe did. It was worth a shot, but...
No, she said that she wanted to go back to California with me because she was scared of what her daddy was going to do to her. That's what she said to me.
Right. All right.
So that's why I tried to get a flight for her to go with me the next day. Her and the other two, Naya and Ozaria, all three of them was coming with me to California. But the flight was full, so we ended up having to make another flight for the following weekend.
What time was your flight that morning? Do you remember?
My flight was the next day in the afternoon.
Okay. You know what time it was?
I don't.
Okay.
I can't remember.
That's fine. No big deal. All right, man. Well, I'll have her. I'll give her your phone number so she'll have it, and then she can call you and kind of go over everything with you once she's booked in. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. You want to say bye?
Are you gonna let the attorney know?
I already let them know. They needed to know what you were being charged for and if you was gonna have a bond and all that. So.
Okay.
Are you going to have a bond?
So she has no bond tonight. She goes to first appearance, and the judge can do whatever he wants to do with bond.
All right.
All right.
Love you. I need the shower. Can you just give me 2 numbers real quick?
Can I do what?
We have the
Can you give me Chris' number?
Yeah.
I don't have his number.
Pumpkin.
You want me to? Okay.
If you give us the numbers, we'll write them down real quick.
I have to.
I'm saying call Pumpkin real quick. Hurry up.
Well, just do this. I'll give you her phone number. It'll give her time to find Pumpkin's phone number, and then she'll give it to you. That work? Does that work, ma'am?
Are you going to call me back?
Yeah, she'll call you back.
Okay.
It'll be a little bit, but she'll call you back and just have that number for her.
Okay.
All right? Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
So when would you guys be able to talk with my sister and her girlfriend?
What's her name?
Katoya Martin and Veronica Cobb.
Do you know her phone number off the top of your head?
No.
Okay.
The mom could probably get it.
All right, so I'll call your mom tomorrow and get that phone number from her, and then we'll figure all that out.
Did you say Katoya
Yeah, Katoya.
Martin?
Yeah,
And who?
Veronica Cobb.
And they what information did they have again? I'm sorry. I didn't-
Witnesses of the abuse.
Okay.
All right. Anything else for us? All right.
It's the restroom.
So you sit down here.
Yeah, I can help you with.
Tyshal Martin was charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and child neglect. If convicted, Tyshal could face the death penalty. She maintains her innocence. Luann Sessions was charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child.